welcome back to my channel. All right, I hope you guys are doing well today. Thank you so much for being here. Just my screen a little bit. Okay. So, welcome. This is Just Keep Swimming, 1111. If you're new here, hi. I hope you stick around. If you're returning, thank you so much for always being here for us. All right, so today's reading was inspired by a friend of mine who's just going through it in a relationship that she's been in for a really long time. I'd say almost 30 years. And so the relationship's really just, it's changed. They've evolved. People grow. Sometimes people grow out of a relationship. It takes two to make things work. Both parties have to want to grow and love the new person. But sometimes it's hard for that person to accept you as you've changed and grown, or who you've evolved to be, or who you're just now genuinely trying to say, this is who I am. And you might find yourself saying, do they even love me? Do they even accept me, for who I really am? Or have I been living a lie? Have I been living a life that was inauthentic to who I am? And somehow we've just gotten through things year after year. Or is it more than that? Is it maybe you've changed? You're not the same person anymore? Is it possible that your person is in the same energy? They're not the same person anymore. And you guys just meet this area of frustration. And what do you do when you're in a long-term relationship? For most of you, whether you're literally married or not, it's going to feel like marriage. Because you're living together, you're sharing a life, most likely you're sharing children. You've spent decades together, or just what feels like a very long time together. For some of you, it's 5 years. For some of you, it's 10 years. For some of you, it's 30. For some of you, it's more. It just depends on your situation. For some of you, it's a literal marriage. For others, it's just a long-term Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell relationship. So if you're in a long relationship today, or you feel like you've been long-term with someone, even if you're maybe separated right now, maybe you're going through some difficulty, I just wanted to do this reading to see, what does Spirit want to tell you? So let's just take a moment. Just take a big deep breath, because we're going to receive this message. We have to prepare our spirit and our mind and our heart to receive this message. Maybe another deep breath with this. See, right now you've been really tense. There's a lot of tense energy around you. There's a lot of that tensity in your shoulders, in your neck. It's what you feel when you feel like a cringe from this relationship, or slighted or aggravated. Release those energies. Go into your body right now, just who you are without the relationship. This is me having a human experience. This is my soul experiencing marriage, or experiencing a long-term relationship, a long-term connection. This connection does not mean this is who I am. This relationship does not equal who I am. I am more than this relationship. I am a soul that has chosen to participate in another person's life for love, for healing, for growth, for prosperity, for security, for children, for protection, which I probably already said that, but also nurturing. How has this relationship nurtured my soul? Take a moment and ask yourself that. Seriously, maybe get a notebook, little pen and paper. How has this relationship nurtured my soul? What has it given me? Because the first step into receiving this message is being grateful, realizing all the gifts of this relationship. Don't worry, we'll get to the negatives. But just take a moment, maybe jot it down. This relationship has given me security. This relationship has given me love in a dark place. This relationship has given me children. Or this relationship has given me the ability to know myself. This relationship has given me peace. This relationship has shown me love. This relationship has opened my soul up to new horizons. I've seen new places with this person, new faces with this person. I've built a home, a beautiful home with this person. I've created beautiful children with this person. I've turned into who I am with this person. I've been comforted in times of sickness with this person. I've been comforted in times of grief with this person. This person has had my back many, many times around. Not all of them, but many, many times this person has had my back. Perhaps this person has been a friend, an ally, a partner. But there is something good and beautiful that has bloomed from that relationship. And after all these years, think about where you were when you met this person. Were you young and naive and fresh? Maybe you were already seasoned. Maybe you had already been through a couple relationships, and this was the one. Maybe you just got tired of being alone and you found someone. Whatever your situation is, just try to remember where you were when you met this person, because I want you to look back at yourself. Do a mirror reflection. Look at you today. You are a beautiful, wise, strong, handsome, spiritual, loving, empathic individual. You've come a very long way. Now, it's not just because of this individual, but since today we're talking about relationships, we're going to focus on that. They did contribute to playing a part of who you are today. And I bet there's better attributes about yourself. I bet there's some good things you like about yourself that you've improved because of this person. Maybe you've become more punctual. Maybe you've become more attractive. Maybe you've become more independent, starting a business. Maybe you've become more educated. You've had a chance to educate yourself more. Maybe you've been allowed to explore your spirituality because finances have been smooth. Or maybe you've had to be a harder worker because of this relationship, and you've had to provide more because there's children involved. Maybe this person has pushed you to be a harder worker. Maybe this person has pushed you to be more spiritual. Maybe this person has pushed you to open your horizons in your own mind that were once closed off. Maybe this person helped you think outside the box. Or maybe this person put you a little bit more inside the lines. Maybe you were a little and you met this person and they kind of toned you down, gave you a nice balance because you might have been too erratic. Always think about the benefits before going into a situation. It's easy to think about the negatives. Now that you've breathed and you've thought about the positives in your connection and in your relationship, I want you to think about some of the negatives. What are some of the things that you don't like? Are they sensitive still? Or are they insensitive now? Are they rude? Are they inconsiderate at times? Can they be selfish? Can they be distant? Can you be in the same room but feel 1,000 miles away? Do you feel like they don't even care to know who you are? What does Spirit have to say about that? Spirit, what do you want to say about a relationship that is in troubled waters, in troubled times? And if this is going to apply to you because it's not a marriage, maybe it's just a friendship, it can apply to you there. But 9 times out of 10, this is going to be a marriage or relationship. Hopefully you guys have taken a moment to go out and get yourself some tea. Take a little moment to relax. All right. Well, that one really wants to come out. That one as well. Bottom of the deck here is, I need to master a karmic lesson. Blue Bloomed, hi, thank you for the $9.99. You are a light in the dark, thank you. Oh, thank you, Blue Bloomed. Thank you so much, I appreciate you. May you be blessed today. So one thing Spirit really wants you to know is, hey, you know what? Even in a long-term relationship, we have karma. Karma is not something that you use to punish people or the universe uses to punish people. Karma is that which attracts itself. So like attracts like. It's repetition, right? You close the door. So karma is something that your soul has to overcome. A lot of you guys are new, so I'm just going to mention a little bit about karma with your astrology. If you guys have ever pulled your birth chart, you can grab it at some point during this reading. You guys can follow tropical or Vedic sidereal. I don't mind. I follow Vedic sidereal, but you're open to just having whatever. Your karmic places in your chart that are things you must go through, things you must master. You just must. Otherwise, it's going to keep hitting you like a wave against a rock. Is going to be Rahu, which is the north node of the moon. Okay, Vedic is Rahu. It's the demon. And tropical is the north node. But that is something you must go through in this lifetime. You will be constantly realigned to deal with Rahu and wherever his placement is, the north node. So look where Rahu is, RA, if you're looking at your Vedic chart, or it looks like a little U, a horseshoe, upright, the roundness above, like the sun, going above the horizon, okay? If you're looking at your chart and you don't know what Rahu is or the north node is, but it's a little line and then a hoop and then another little line, okay? It looks like an upright horseshoe, okay? That's your north node. Now, look at that in your chart and just go, okay, this is what I need to deal with. I must. Now, I have a video, if you guys want to ever go back and look at karma with the north node, Rahu. I have Rahu through the 12 houses. And I did that, I don't know, was it a year ago? Maybe less. It might have been about 8 months ago. Somewhere between 6 and 8 months ago. But you're welcome to go back and look at that video. You can also just go to YouTube, search Rahu through the 12 houses. You should find my video on there. Or you could just search in my channel for that video. But that's going to really help you figure out, is this partner part of my Rahu, my North Node? Can I see this partner and their sign placements somewhere in my chart? Or better yet, does my person's chart align with mine? Is it completely the opposite, like a mirror reflection? Or is it exactly aligned? That's going to tell you a little bit more about the karma that you're going to have with your lover, your spouse, this long-term relationship. A lot of times you're going to see it in the first house or the seventh house if it's involved with marriage. Sometimes it can be the second house and the eighth house as well. Those are the 4 placements that you're like, okay, there's a marital, marriage, karma here, and I've got to deal with that. So check your chart. See, is Rahu the North Node in the first or second or the 7th and 8th? That's really going to be marital karma, okay? And that's going to be financial. It's going to be shared assets. It's going to be a home and family. It's going to be business and relationships, career and love. It's going to be self, okay? Because you see yourself through your person's eyes, the way it's reflecting back to you. So check those out. Look into that North Node. Okay, some other karmas that you're going to want to look at in your connection is the South Node of the Moon, Ketu. And it looks like an upside down horseshoe. Looks like a U, okay, in your chart. That's the South Node. It is the Southern Demon. And that represents your past life karma. All right? So this is what you've already accomplished in a past life. Hey Markers, thank you so much for your Cash App. I love you. Thank you. You're so wonderful. So yeah, look at your South Node and go, okay, so this is what I feel like I'm a know-it-all about. If you guys, and I have to do a video of Ketu through the 12 houses. I haven't done that one yet, but I will. I know it's been so long since I did the Rahu through the 12, but I will do Ketu through the 12. But guys, in your relationship and in your marriage, that freaking Ketu, that South Node, is a kicker because you're going to feel like, I know it all. I know it all. I know everything about this house. If it's in your first house, it's going to say, I am a know-it-all. I'm smart. I know myself. I know who I am and what I want. But do you really? Because Ketu wants to detach. He wants to let go and cut off of what you know. So you're going to go through a lot of confusion in your life if you have Ketu in the first house. A lot of confusion. So much. You're going to go through a lot of mental anguish, mental back and forth. You're going to go through a lot of, you know yourself, but then you don't know yourself. You're going to be doing a lot of self-exploration. And usually these energies mature after the age of 36. So keep that in mind. It's easier as you get older than when you're younger. So you'll be able to see a contrast from before the age of 36 and how you were, how you thought things through, how you saw yourself and everything like that to your mature years where you go, well, I have learned a lot. I've learned what to let go of and what to keep, and I know myself much better. Now, if Ketu's going to be in the second house, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs here with financial, and that may have a lot to do with trouble in a marriage. And you may feel like, I know everything about creating money, having wealth, getting wealth, you know, but for some reason it escapes you. Or you just don't care about money, but your spouse does, you know. So there'll be a lot of financial strain in a marriage or relationship, especially with Ketu in the second house, the South Node. So you're going to want to look at that. There's also going to be a lot of karma with in-laws, trouble with in-laws, and inheritance, if you have it going on there. Now, mutual is Ketu in the 8th. Ketu, the South Node in the 8th house in your marriage or relationship, the karma you're going to have is loss of marital material items, marital inheritance. You may go through like you didn't get what you thought you were going to get out of a marriage. You may not be receiving what you thought. You may not achieve what you thought you would get in a marriage financially. And there's also a lot of transformation in that kind of a marriage. You guys are going to go through moments where your marriage is, let's say, ultra religious, and then marriage that is completely not, all in the same marriage. You're going to go through hot and heavy, intimate, passionate relationships, and then you're going to go through cold periods. You're going to go through battles of wanting a divorce and then wanting to remarry or get back together. There's going to be a lot of in and out with Ketu in the 8th house in a marriage. And there might even be a lot of legalities that you're going to have to deal with. So you might find yourself in and out of court with this person also, or going through battles. Now, last, you're going to have Ketu there in the 7th house, the South Node. Boy, is that a lot of karma in marriages or long-term relationships. 9 times out of 10, you may not have a long-term relationship with Ketu or the South Node in the 7th. But if you do tend to have a long-term relationship because of some other aspect of another planet benefiting this energy, know that you're going to feel like you're very distant from your partner. That your partner and you have so much separation. Maybe they're gone at work all the time. Maybe you just don't connect emotionally. Maybe you just are not on the same page. You may live in the same home, but you feel 1,000 miles away. Ketu in the 7th is also the energy of separation, divorce. You may always threaten that. They may always threaten that. But there's an energy of, should we divorce? Should we separate? I don't know if this is going to last. Or I don't feel like this is lasting. Because it's always you wanting to detach. Or your person wanting to detach. So anyways, you'll also feel like you're a know-it-all in relationships with Ketu in the 7th, because technically you are. In a past life with your South Node, Ketu in the 7th, you experienced the ultimate marriage, maybe many marriages. In a past life, you achieved maybe a 60-year marriage. In a past life, you already had deep relationships. So in this life, you're wanting to detach. You're not wanting to have that. Maybe you're wanting more independence, you know, Rahu being in the 1st. So there is that, I kind of want to detach from marriage, but at the same time, marriage may just fall in your lap. It may just happen, and you're wanting to detach, or your person wants to detach. It's this constant push and pull. And that's really how you feel with your karma in the 1st, 2nd, 7th, or 8th house. This is really how you're going to feel. It's a constant push and pull with marriage or long-term connections. You really, really want it, but then you really, really don't. And it's this confusion for you. So this card really says mastering a karmic lesson. Spirit's going to reveal to us today through the cards what karmic lesson we need to master. So we're going to be open to receiving the message. But understand your chart a little bit. See if those parts have a part to play and why you're feeling the way you feel. Also, look at what planets are transiting in those houses right now. So look at your 1st, 2nd, 7th, and 8th. Right now, are any planets transiting? Especially Saturn and Jupiter. Do you have anything in Aquarius or Capricorn? Do you have anything even in Leo? Do you have anything in Cancer? Those are going to pop up as well. Perhaps you have something in Gemini or Sagittarius. That will also be affected. There's like a little bow tie here that's going on. And those are some very serious energies. Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Gemini. Another one that may touch base today is Scorpio or Taurus. Now these are going to be some energies heavily affected karmically right now because of the North Node and the South Node. And Saturn and Jupiter. These are your lessons right now. So if you have those sign placements pretty seriously placed in your chart, and perhaps you have a combustion, perhaps you have many planets in the same house with your North Node, or Saturn, or Jupiter. Perhaps you have multiple planets, Mars, Mercury, the Sun. Those are all going to add to frustration because each of those planets are frustrated being in the same placement as difficult planets. They are not going to be pleasant. They're going to cause they're going to ruffle some feathers, okay? So understand that maybe part of what you're feeling, part of what you're going through today, right now, is because of the planetary transits and your planetary placements. You have to understand that first to master your karmic lesson. The beginning of wisdom is understanding yourself. So you have to understand those parts. Now, if you look at your chart, if you guys have a Vedic sidereal chart, you'll be able to see a little extra information. You'll be able to see something called a Mahadasha period. And in the Mahadasha period, Maha means kind of great, the great period. You're going to see a planet that is ruling your life for a certain amount of years. Example, Venus. If you're in a Mahadasha period of your Venus, it might rule you for 20 years. Okay? So you have to look at these and just see, okay, what am I being ruled by? Because that planet is going to have a lot to say about your life. That planet is going to be your ruler and your judge. That planet is going to have like a very monumental presence in what is happening to you right now. So if you want to see your Vedic sidereal chart, because maybe you only have your tropical, please go Google Vault of the Heavens, Lahiri, 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 Ayanamsha, Ayanamsa. Okay, so go Google that. Pull up a chart. It's, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the astrologer Ernest Whelm. He's great. I've been following him for years. And you can check him out. He can help you read your chart. He can describe certain planetary placements for you. He's a very good teacher. So look up your chart. His website is the Vault of the Heavens, but look it up. So it has to be Lahiri Ayanamsha. Look that up. And please try to discover yourself. Look up his channel. Look it up on YouTube, Ernest Whelm. And he'll talk about things like Jupiter, your man for woman. Venus is your woman. Ketu, Rahu. He's wonderful at explaining these kinds of energies. So look him up and see what's going on. All right, so I'm giving you guys that information, so you're welcome to explore throughout this reading. You'll understand your karmas and what you're going through. Remember, take a big deep breath, right? Big deep breath. We're going to receive this with love. We're receiving this message with understanding. Spirit is using me as a vessel to deliver a message to you. This reading will not be my opinion, and it will not be my feelings about how I personally feel. I'm just going to pull energy. I'm going to pull energy and I'm going to read it to you as I can interpret it, okay? So let's start with this one. These are messages of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And notice the yin and yang and the male and the female. Doesn't have to be that way in every relationship. It's just the aspect, the archetype, male and female. And notice that we have the white and the black. And in the white is a little bit of black, and in the black is a little bit of white. We have to have each of each other inside ourselves to be in union, to be in balance, to have a relationship. We can't just be all ourselves. And that's something we as people need to know. In a marriage, I cannot be 100% me. I cannot be fully me, 100% authentic to myself. Because in a marriage or union or relationship, you need to be even just a little bit considerate, sharing, and blending of another person. Because it is the combining of two energies that create the harmony and balance. And relationship really is a beautiful thing. Your downfalls can be your person's strengths. And their downfalls can be your strengths. Together, you can be a power couple. But of course, it has to have the aspect of both people wanting to grow and learn and evolve, correct? Let's reveal the card. So the first card that we had come up is miscommunication. Communication is going to be so key and so pivotal in this long-term relationship. If you cannot communicate, you're going to have a lot of problems. That's why Gemini and the 7th house Libra comes into play for people. Because it's all about that mastering of the communication. We have a young lady over here on the left, maybe you're right, that says, hey, I see the number 6. It is a 6. I can see quite clearly it's a 6. I'm looking at it plainly with my 2 eyes. I have 20/20 vision. I know how to read. I know my numbers. I know what I'm looking at. I know the shape. It is a number 6. And her spouse says, no, I can see quite clearly it's a number 9. It is a number 9. I have 20/20 vision. I do this for a living. I work with numbers every day. I know the shape and contour and the whole energy of the number 9. This is clearly a number 9. You're wrong. No, you're wrong. Now, this is where we have the issues, right, in our relationships. We both feel we are 100% right. Our conviction is just, I know that I know that I know. I'm right and they're wrong. The problem with that in a relationship is mere reflections. What you see is not what they see, and what they see is not what you see. Now, how can we come together in this? Communication. We have to tell each other, you know what? I understand that you see a number 9. And I love you for that beautiful opinion of yours and the way you see things differently than me. Because I can't see things the way you do. I cannot see that. So I'm thankful that I have a partner that can communicate to me what you see, because it gives me a broader perspective. It lets me see something from a different side, a different angle. And I thank you for helping me look at that different angle. And the other person has to be the same. And I also thank you for your opinion and your version of this story and the way you see something differently, because I can't see it that way either. And then you have to look at each other and have a sense of humor. Laugh. I can't believe we're fighting over this. We see things differently, but we both want the same thing. And that's communication. Because at the end of the day, in your connection, you both want the same thing. Or do you? I don't know. We'll have to see in this reading. But let me ask you something. Do you both want a long life? Yes. Do you both want health? Yes. Do you both want to go to the other side and hope something good is over there? Yes. Do you both love your families? Yes. Do you both want security? Do you want to feel safe, loved? Do you want to feel comforted? Yes. Yes. So ideally, you both want the same thing. You both want to feel like this person loves you. You both want to feel seen, heard, appreciated, respected. Now ask yourself honestly, have I given to my partner what I want in return? Have I respected my partner in public? Honestly ask yourself that question. Maybe it's a good time to get your notebook and write that down, because I know what you want. You want respect. Have you respected this partner? Have you honored them? Breathe and be honest with yourself. No one's going to see that paper but you. Now, secondly, have you always understood your partner's point of view? Write that down. Have you always shown your partner forgiveness? True forgiveness? Not forgiveness to end an argument. Not hitting the pause button or the mute button on a disagreement. Not closing the book before you've read it. I mean, have you really finished something and forgiven this person? Or have you been holding a grudge? Have you been holding perhaps many grudges throughout the years? And is that how you want to be treated? Do you want to be forgiven? Do you want your partner to hold a grudge against you? Or do you want your partner to see you for who you are today? Not the fight you had last week, not the fit you had last camping trip, not the moment you had a meltdown because you had too much tequila, okay? Right? Please don't judge me on that, okay? Please. Okay? Certainly you want your partner to not see you in a negative light, right? You've all had your moments. So if you want your partner to forgive you and not look at you with judgment on some things that you've said out of character, done out of anger, then you need to bestow the same love that you love yourself with on your partner. Are you truly able to forgive them for an out of character moment, for a tired moment, for an overworked, stressed moment? Okay, so now that we've wrote that down, ask yourself, have you been fair in this marriage or relationship? Have you always been fair? And I use the term always because I know you haven't, and neither have they. But we tend to focus right now on the moment when it's not fair right now. But we tend to not look at a plethora of unfairs, both ways. And it's looking at things in both different directions, both sides. This is the reason we're going through this exercise here, is to have forgiveness. It's a moment to take a step back and go, I may be too hard on this person, and I may be too hard on myself, and I may be too hard in this relationship. Because if this relationship is an extension of me and part of my karma, I need to master thyself and master my relationship. Therefore, I do need to master forgiveness. Otherwise, that will be impossible. So once you see things from this perspective, right, you see things like, okay, I haven't always been fair. I haven't always been forgiving. I have been a little judgmental. I have been holding a grudge. You've been bothering me for years because you put me last after your job. Or 10 years ago, you disregarded me for your family and didn't value my relationship. Or, you know, this past few months, you've been checking out whenever I'm crying or I'm upset. Or maybe it's always been like that. And I have a grudge. Well, why do you have a grudge? I was giving you your space. I thought that's what you wanted. No, that's not what I wanted. Remember, I see a 6. Well, remember, I see a 9. Miscommunication. And here's something we have to master in our own karma about ourselves, is we don't always tell our lover what we want and what we expect. And we expect them to read our mind. Read my mind. You should know me by now. You should know what I want, what I feel, but chances are that's not possible because you are the yin and the yang, the right brain and the left brain, the male and the female, or the masculine and the feminine. The contrast. You're the yin and the yang, guys. Chances are what you think your partner should know, they do not know. And it's not their fault for acting as what they know of to do. It's your fault for not standing up and communicating. This is what I want and this is what I expect. See, you have to come into the connection and tell them. Because they're not always going to know. Even though you think they should know after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, whatever. You should know. No, do not assume. Remember, whenever you assume, you make an ass out of you and an ass out of me, right? Don't assume. Okay? All right? Don't be an ass. Be an ass for love. But don't be an ass, okay? Do not assume that people should know. So this is definitely something that Spirit wants you to know. It's like, don't assume that your partner has magical telepathy 24/7. Don't assume that your partner is in tune with you all the time. We grow, we change, and they have to get to know us again. Even if you can finish someone's sentence, doesn't mean you know what's going on in their mind. So it really is not their fault. It really is up to you to say, you know what, honey? When I'm upset, I expect you to be right there, looking at my eyes, holding my hand, expressing how you feel to me, honestly. And I want to hear from your heart. I don't want to talk about your logic. I want to hear from your heart. And it would be nice to see some tears. It'd be nice to have flowers, or it'd be nice to have you passionate about me. And I do not like it if you ignore me when I cry or give me my space. The last thing I want is my space. And when I tell you, leave me alone, this is a feminine energy here. When I tell you, leave me alone, it means come harder. When I tell you I can't anymore, it means I need you to tell me I can. When I tell you I've given up, I need you to tell me you've got me. I need you to have my back. I need you to be my strength when I'm weak. I need you to be my sanity when I'm losing it. I need you to be my love when it's gone. I need you to remind me of who I am. The beautiful, passionate, powerful person you fell in love with. I need you to remind me of that person. Because life is hard and love is harder. And that has been my saying. Life is hard, but love is harder. It takes so much effort to communicate in relationships. And especially when people have karma in a relationship, oh Lord, that's even more difficult. But know that you're here to master your karmic lesson. And remember that tell your partner what you expect, okay? Let them know when I say go away, come further towards me, okay? They can't read your mind. Chances are you're gonna say, leave me alone. And this poor guy or this poor girl's gonna go, okay. Okay, I'll leave you alone. I'll give you what you want. Chances are they're scared as hell of you. Okay? Chances are they see you losing your mind and they're like, oh dear God, I better stay away from the fire or I'm just going to make it worse. You know? Meanwhile, you're there fuming because they're not there with you. And you feel alone and isolated and just frustrated in the relationship. Right? So, communication is key. All right? Balance is key. That's the yin and the yang. Please, if you're in a connection today and you're feeling this vibration of this energy of this reading, remember you're creating a vortex. It is of your making. Your frustration is your creation. And if you want to fix this frustration, you can create a remedy. And it's probably going to start with communication, says Spirit. You have to let this person know how they've hurt you and why they've hurt you. But first, before you even have that conversation, you have to have a conversation with yourself in the mirror. And you have to say, are you really mad at him or her? Or are you mad at yourself? Are you mad at yourself for not speaking up? Are you mad at yourself for being quiet when you know you wanted to say something? Are you mad at yourself for letting it go this long without addressing it? Are you mad at yourself for holding a lot more than just what's going on inside and not sharing? Are you mad at yourself for not knowing how to communicate? Or maybe you're mad at your parents. Maybe they just gave you a really shitty start to life. And boy, has it been hard for you to go from a shitty childhood to a shitty marriage or relationship. And you're trying to learn the ropes. There's a lot of anger and there's a lot of pain, and it doesn't always come from the place of your relationship. There's deep scars and wounds from even before it. And we carry those bags with us into our marriage, our union, our relationship. So keep in mind, perspective is key also. There's a lot more to this picture than meets the eye right now. So let's get the Epiphany card. So Spirit brings up Six of Pentacles. Lover's energy, right? Number 6, Major Arcana. And this is the Six of Pentacles. When you guys do tarot, the majors always have a connection to the minors. So it always has something to do with the choice or relationship for balance when it comes to the 6, because it always connects to the Lover's card. Whether it's a 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, or 6 of Swords, it always involves another partner. It's not just you by yourself. There's a combo here. So anyways, Spirit brings out reciprocity adjustments are being made. This means it's not fair right now. It's imbalanced. There's a scale and there is more weight on one side. You need to rebalance the scale. Okay? This is not 50-50. This is not aligned. Something's got to give. Something's got to change. And Spirit says if you want balance and harmony in your connection, you need to make some adjustments. It's time for you to work. It's time for you to focus. This is Virgo energy. Pay attention to the details. Make some adjustments here in your own personal life and talk with your partner and make some adjustments with him or her. Thank you, Perfect Storm Twins, for the 1010. Thank you. So anyways, this is a connection that needs work. There's also a lot of love in this connection with this card. Soulmate energy, twin flame energy with the 6. But I also take notice the word reciprocity. And whether you guys want to hear this or not, you receive what you give. The seeds you plant is the harvest you are experiencing. So it's not always just you. I know it's the 50-50. I know this is another part of the relationship. But I also feel if you're not giving 100% of yourself in this connection, they're not giving 100%. If you're willing to hold back, not share your feelings, not communicate, expect them to read minds and perform miracles, turn water into wine, turn a shitty situation into a good one, all on their own, chances are you're not going to receive that because you're not putting that in. You're expecting them to put that in. You're expecting them to do the work for you. This also brings to contrast, do you expect your partner to make you happy? Now, I've had these talks about Two of Cups, and I know many people have, but it's the same story. You have 2 cups, and when you go into a marriage and you combine the cups and one drinks from your cup and you drink from theirs, you should have a full cup of love. Your heart should be full, your mind should be full, your spirit should be full of self. Self-love, self-care, self-worth. You should have a cup of gold. And you offer that cup to this person and say, this is me. Kind of like Jesus offering himself to the world. This is my cup. This is my blood. Drink of it. That was a union and a marrying. Communion is giving yourself to another. And when you marry or you come into union, you are going into communion and you're offering your cup. And just like the bread, it says, this is the bread, right? This is my body. And he breaks the bread and he says, I break my body for you. Eat in remembrance of me, So we get that. But you, in a marital situation or a union communion situation, you're also offering your bread, your heart, your body. Okay? You're giving your body and your safety and your security, your physical self, which is sacred, to another person. That's heavy. Honor my body. Respect my body. So you're asking this person to love and respect your body, to not abuse you, to not hurt you, to not misuse you, to not cheat on you, to not lie to you, to not do any of those things to your body. So you're offering it up, and as a part of this cup, this is me. It's important. It's cherished. It's sacred. And then you're offering your love, your emotions, your spiritual self, your spiritual body. You're offering to share your life with this person. And there is a marital union here, whether you're physically, literally married or not, but there is a union. Because even in astrology, when you go into partnership with someone, both of your astrology charts overlap the other one and they become one. They become one. You're no longer operating by yourself on your own chart. When you are in union, your charts become stacked and you're both experiencing karmas of one of the other. One is giving good karma to the other or bad, both. The other is doing the same, giving you their good karma and their bad. You both have to work through those issues. And it is seen astrologically. That is more than just an opinion or a statement or a message from spirit. That is facts. It's just facts. So understand that. And understand not only do you have your own karma now to deal with in this union, you also have their karma. They have karma also. They have karma with their family, with their job, and their spiritual. So you kind of have, you've got some work to do, don't you? But the key with the 2 cups is, if your cup is not full, if you don't love yourself fully, and you don't know who you are, and you don't love who you are, and you don't feel good about yourself, then the cup that you offer your partner is not a full cup. You may give your partner a quarter of a cup, maybe half of a cup, but you're not giving them a full cup that they deserve in a marriage or union. And vice versa. They may not offer you a cup that is full. They may offer you a quarter or a half of a cup of who they are based on their self-worth, their self-love, and their image of themselves and how much they feel fulfilled. So two people should come together. They should, ideally, and be full. That is the ideal balanced relationship, right? That's the ideal two of cups. Come together, two full cups, exchange them, and be happy. Sure, that's the fairy tale. We all love to sell ourselves that dream. And I have to get reality, right? We have to speak reality. We all sell ourselves that dream, and that ideally is what it should be. But honestly, that's not usually what happens when two people come together. Two people usually come together damaged. Two people usually come together with baggage. And usually it's unbalanced. And this is why we have the Six of Cups. I'm sorry, the Six of Pentacles. The imbalance. And that's when the scale tips a little bit more on one side than the other. It means that, you know, someone is a little bit more full than the other. Okay, someone has half a cup, the other person has a quarter of a cup. But together, they don't even make a full cup. So they're lacking. The relationship is imbalanced, and we're having a struggle from the start. That's not the death of your relationship, though. Now you guys are meant to come together and help each other grow and fill your cups. You're supposed to fill your cup now in this marriage. Self-love, self-care, self-worth. But like we said, it's got to go both ways. Reciprocity. If you want love, you better be loving to that person. If you want romance, you better be romantic with that person. If you want good communication, you better be a good listener. And you better be a good communicator. If you don't want to be treated like a child, you better not treat your spouse like a child. You see how that works? If you want to be forgiven, you better be forgiving. If you want honesty and authenticity, and you want your person to crack open their heart and share their feelings with you, you better be sharing your feelings and crack open your heart with them. But see, that doesn't happen. And what I feel in your connection is 9 times out of 10, you have two people repelling each other. Nope, not going to open my heart. You hurt me. No, you hurt me first. You don't respect me. You don't respect me. You don't love me. You don't love me. You don't give me patience. You don't give me, it's going to be that. It's going to be that. Everything you say, they're going to say. It's a mere reflection. Your partner, especially in long-term relationships, will always be your mirror. Your mirror. Because you guys have been together so long, you now reflect the other person. And all of a sudden, this vortex of marriage, this vortex of love becomes a tornado. And you're not happy with them. And you're not happy in the relationship. But honestly, at the heart and the center of this tornado is self. And it's perspective. And it's reciprocity. And it's something we don't want to deal with as people, because we always want to point the finger at the other person and say, because of you, this happened today. Oh, because you drank that drink, you're like this right now. Oh, we're fighting because you're having a problem with your daughter or your mom or your dad. It's really not me. You're just upset at work. You didn't get enough sleep last night, did you? See, it's always pointing the blame. Because nobody wants to go, oh, maybe it is me. Maybe deep down in our marriage and our union, we have a long-term frustration. And why do we have that long-term frustration? Oh, because when we got together, our cups weren't full. And instead of helping each other rise and fill our cups, we've been asking the other person, hey, can you give me what's in your cup? I'm a little empty over here. Yeah, I'm very low. I need some of your your cup over here. And someone's like, okay, let me give you my cup. Pour. Oh, shit, I don't have anything left. Who am I? What am I? I'm an empty shell of a person. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what I feel anymore. Because I gave whatever I had in my cup to you. Because I love you. And that becomes part of the frustration in the relationship. I gave everything up for you. Everything. I sacrificed my body, my mind, career sometimes. I've sacrificed time alone. I've watched what you wanted to watch. I've gone where you've wanted to go. I've eaten what you've wanted to eat. I've sacrificed. And it's not fair, and I'm angry at you. Deep down, that's the truth. And you know what? Deep down, I'm pissed off at myself for doing it. But instead of recognizing that, you're pointing the finger. Let that mirror point the finger back to you. It's not their fault. It's your fault. You chose to do it that way. You chose that, and now you're mad. It's like creating a storm and crying when it rains. And the same for your person. I'm mad at you. I've sacrificed for you. I've given my body, my time, my money, my energy. I've given it for you. I could have had other options. I could have gone elsewhere. I could have you. No. The reality is you're mad at yourself because you didn't live your life the way you wanted to live it, and you never even spoke to her about it, or him, however it goes. But you never told your partner, hey, you know what? I'm not happy here. I'd really like to move. I'd really, really like to move. And you know what? I would like to start something new in our life. I would like to go dancing, or I want to go fishing, or I want to go join a freaking, I don't know, bowling club or whatever, you know? It's like, if you don't ever say it, don't be mad at your partner because you've sacrificed it. Because the truth is, in marriage, your partner will never know all the small sacrifices you've made that have added up to a lot. And really, in a long-term relationship, that's what's coming up. It's a lot of long-term sacrifices that started out as small sacrifices. What you wanted for dinner that night, what you wanted to watch on TV, where you wanted to live, what kind of a house you wanted, children you wanted or didn't want. You know, it starts with small sacrifices. And sacrifice is good in a relationship. But the inequality of it is when it becomes all the time. When someone sacrifices all the time, not saying anything because they're small, it's just dinner, it's just a remote, it's just an hour, or it's just a day, all of those add up, and before you know it, you have a bank full of all those times that you've sacrificed, and you're done. The cup is so dry and so empty that you've got nothing left to give to this person that you've been giving to. And they've got nothing left to give to you because they are in the same boat, different perspective. So you have two people fried, dry, done. And that's what happens. That's where we come to readings like this. We come to readings where you're frustrated in a long-term relationship and you're wondering, can we even work things out? So Spirit, now that we've talked about karma, planetary, Mahadasha, tarot, oracle, this is what Spirit sees. This has been your past. This has been what it's been. This is what was and what was recently. What do you need to know right now? Spirit, please reveal to me now what is going on that needs to be revealed right now through these cards. Holy Spirit, please come in and help me deliver a message. Let me be a vessel of truth. Use these cards to deliver a message to those that need to hear this. What about right now? What about right now? Bottom of the deck is girl talk. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment and having fun. Girl time. And girls just wanna have fun, right? Whether you're a guy or a girl, you know, girl talk is like, I just wanna be single, Steph. I'm tired of this commitment. I'm tired of being drugged down. It's been long term. I need to think about me. I gotta go out with my girls. I gotta get out of here. My life is too, I just need freedom. I wish I was single. So we're having divorce talk, or we're having separation talk right now. We're talking with our girls, our boys, our friends that are telling us, hey, I don't think you should be in this relationship anymore. I think this relationship is too wearing on you. I think that, you know, maybe you should think about that. I think you should think about who you are without this connection. Who are you, you know, without this person? Do you know who you are? Like, your friends are helping you try to figure out yourself and try to tell you that you don't have to be tied down with someone that you're miserable with. You're also maybe just telling your friends that and they're telling you the opposite. I don't know. But bottom of the deck also is self-indulgence in reverse. And this is focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, big one. Shadow work, big one. Self-appreciation. So why is this in reverse? This isn't time to run away. This isn't time to talk divorce. This isn't time to be in separation. I mean, maybe at times to do some healing, but not permanently. You made a commitment. You have a soul contract. You're mastering this karmic lesson. Now, even if this person wants out and you don't, because maybe it's flipped, that's not your fault. What can you do? You cannot control another person. All you can do is give to this connection and give to yourself. This is in reverse because your cup became empty a long time ago. Chances are your cup was almost empty or near empty when you met this person. And now that you've gotten a connection, you've either given all of you to children or all of you to spouse or all of you to work. Now there's nothing left. So Spirit's like, there's an imbalance and it started from the beginning. Self-worth, self-care hasn't been on the menu for a while. And it's time for you to do some self-love and some deep restorative healing. These are some of the adjustments that need to be made. So that's there. The other card, let's see what it reveals. The Phoenix rising right now. There's a new you being born, guys. A new phase is happening in your life. You are burning through the ashes and you're burning through all this karmic shit, okay? And you are going to rise again as the Phoenix. This is about rekindling who you are and maybe even rekindling this connection through a rebirth. The message is to renew, to transform, to grow, and to have a changed mind. Now, the interesting message about the Phoenix is this isn't a brand new start. This isn't, oh yeah, that's my message, green light, I got to go start over. Divorce papers, here they are, done, signed, I'm out of here. I'm ready for a new life. I'm going to be reborn in a new me and just, you know, live my life this way. I mean, for some of you, that may be your story. But really the message that speaks to me in this card is renew, transform. And transform doesn't mean create. create from scratch. That's not transforming. Transforming is taking one situation and adjusting it and making it anew in a different form. So that is taking this union, this relationship, or this marriage, and transforming it into the new marriage that it's needing to be. Because this marriage is no longer what it was. Thank God for that. You guys have got through a lot of karma and gone through a lot of stuff. Your job is to now transform. Your marriage needs to be renewed and rekindled. And how is it going to do that? By renewing yourself. Yes, you need rest before recovery. Yes, you need to breathe life into your new self, because chances are after all this time you've grown. You've grown so much. You're a new you. You are a new cup, thank God. And now you can have a full cup of self-love and self-care. And now maybe you have something to offer. And now maybe they have something to offer as well. We have to get to know each other again, correct? That's transformation, because you're not who you guys were. So let's go ahead and review the oracle. Oh my God, yes, Lilith, goddess of power. Number 7. Woo, and boy, did she get renewed. She was like, yeah, I had to step out of that energy. They say Lilith was Adam's first wife, but she was also a rebel. She didn't want to conform. And religion in those days, the men painted Lilith in the picture of a temptress and a witch and the energy of the despised free thinker. So whether you're male or female, I don't care. The energy of Lilith coming in is you are needing to defeat tradition. You have to defeat old values, old beliefs. You have to go into things that bring you pleasure. You have to find self-fulfillment. You need to find your creative energy. You need to be loyal and authentic to who you are. You need to walk away from old beliefs and old systems and old people. So Lilith is here saying, bite the apple, take the fruit. She's even represented as the temptress, as the one that tempted Adam and Eve to do it in the first place. That's why the snake is around her and she's holding the apple. She's the temptress. So I also feel like what you're going through right now is being tempted to walk away. Are you going to take the bait? I don't know. Is your partner tempted to maybe be with someone else because they're unhappy with you? Maybe. Are you both tempted right now to see what else is out there? Maybe. It's certainly on the menu. You have control and you have power. And you're doing girl talk here, or boy talk for some of you guys, okay? You are doing it. You're living in the moment. You just want to have fun. Life's too short. It's almost like you'd rather it be over now so you can move on. And that's what Spirit sees. Spirit sees that Lilith energy. Hi, Tony, and welcome, my new subscriber. Hi. We've been on 74 minutes. So please, if you guys are just coming in, rewind and watch the video from the beginning. It's been an epic reading you don't want to miss. So anyways, I don't know, but I do know that right now in your personal energy, you're in the moment of being tempted. You are in your own power. You are in control of your vortex. You are in control of your manifestation. You can put whatever you want into this right now. You are tilling the soil, and you're about to sow some seeds. Whatever seeds you sow, there will be that repercussion. There will be that karma. So be wise in what seeds you're sowing. Be wise if you're planning on cheating. Be wise if you're planning on leaving or divorcing. Be wise if you're planning on speaking your mind, having the talk. Be wise if you're planning on sneaking away. Because know whatever's being reborn right now, out of the ashes of this long-term relationship, something will come of it. Are you okay with that? And if you tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm okay. I know what I'm building. I know what I'm creating. I'm grown. The energy is, you never know what you have till it's gone. Single people will never appreciate being single because they yearn for the relationship. Yet they have freedom, they have peace, they have time. Those are such gifts. Freedom, peace, and time. Personal fulfillment. They have that, and those are great gifts. They have the time to get to know themselves and to love themselves. They have the time and the energy and the resources to live a life that they want and go wherever they want, whenever they want. Singleness is such a freedom and it's such a gift. But they will always yearn for the relationship. And it's uncanny, right? The ones that are in a marriage or a union, a relationship, will never truly value what they have in a partner because they will yearn for freedom. They will yearn for independence. They will yearn for wanting self-worth, wanting this time for themselves, peace for themselves, the energy to fulfill what they want and go after their dreams whenever they want, however they want, to do what they want. People in a relationship are always yearning for that because they feel restricted and pinned down or, you know, just fenced in, like there's limits. So they will never value the partnership they have. Someone that's got their back when it's them against the world. Someone to rub their feet if they ask. Someone to make dinner if you're tired. Someone to do the dishes or the laundry or pick up the kids if you're too tired or sick. Someone to say, are you okay? You might need to go to the doctor. You don't look well. Someone to say, I'll take care of you when you're old. Let my finances secure the both of us. Let me build a nest. The peace you have in knowing that if you don't have it, your partner does. See, there's beauty in having someone walk through life with you that has your back. There's beauty being held. There's beauty being caressed, being touched, having passion, being loved. You have that. And the only reason you're not really embracing the fact that you have a partner is because you're not embracing the relationship. You're repelling it, and we talked about why, but that's why. And you're looking at the relationship in a negative belief system instead of a positive belief system. You're feeding the vortex. You're feeding the relationship what you believe it is. Therefore, it is being what you say it is. If it is difficult and frustrating and miserable and sexless and loveless, most likely, not saying it is, but more than likely, it's because you're putting that into it. It's amazing how much you can change someone by being what you want them to be for you. It's amazing. I'm going to say it, and it has nothing to do with love. It's actually a different relationship that I have. It's a family connection that I have. But I was really frustrated in a family connection. I was complaining and complaining, and I was really frustrated. And I didn't know how to solve the issues of that relationship. And I was just like, I don't like this. I don't want this. This is not working out. Yet I didn't want to separate the family connection. I couldn't, but I just wasn't happy. So I was promoting more of this unhappiness. And I was like, gosh, I bet tomorrow it's going to be the same thing. And I was just like, this relationship is a wreck. Is it ever going to get better? And I was really telling myself that. And then something had to switch. I was hoping that by my complaining, my sadness, my misery, my upset, my unpleasant experience with this person, I expected the universe to come in and be like, da-da-da-da-da, boof. I fixed your relationship for you. Why? Because you're worthy. Why? Because you're a good person. Why? Because you don't deserve that. Why? Because karma comes to help you. So I was like, oh yeah, karma's going to come in, the universe is going to come in, and they know that this is a problem, and I'm telling them, hey, this is a problem. I'm ringing my bell down here. Excuse me, universe, this relationship sucks. I don't like it. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Okay, what don't you like? It's undercooked, okay? I need you to take this back and bring it back to me well done, okay? This is not what I ordered. This is not what I ordered. This is not the relationship I ordered. No, that's not what's going to happen. We're not in a restaurant. We don't have a menu. We're not ordering here, guys. This is a karmic connection. This is a relationship we need to master. It's not going to be ring the bell and shit's going to get fixed by all of our frustration, crying, suffering, complaints, and it's not going to get fixed. The tears you cry, you could cry an ocean. It's not going to fix it. You can complain to them and the nation, and it's not going to fix it. You can cry to God above and pull your heart out for the universe, bleeding heart, and it's not going to fix it. The only thing that's going to fix this connection, the only thing, is you're going to fix it yourself. You're going to add what you want into the vortex so you can get it back. That's the only way. The only way. And if it doesn't work after that, then at least you tried everything. Am I right? Can I get an amen? Amen. Hallelujah. Because if you've given it your all, at least you've given it your all. You've done everything you can. And if it doesn't work after that, it doesn't work. But don't tell me you've given it your all, because I doubt that you have. And I think deep down you can answer yourself that truth. And I bet you can say, I doubt that I have. Okay? So what I did to fix that relationship, I started looking at things positively. I did not want to look at the negatives. I said, I'm looking at the negatives all the time. I've got to look at what I love about this person. They're quirky, they're fun, they're friendly, they're loving, they have a heart for goodness, they love animals. You know, this person is patient, this person is loving, this person is good to so-and-so. You know, this person has been through so much and still smiles every day. You know, this person, I had to see that person in a different light. Maybe you need to see your person in a different light, but you have to do it every day. It's practice. And a lot of times you guys get distracted. You try it one day, but you slack the next, or you slack the next and the next. You know what I mean? It's sporadic and it's not consistent. You have to consistently look at something positively for 21 days for things to change. That is 7 times 3. 3 weeks. 777, the magic number to change things. Okay? That's what breaks a cycle. That's what breaks up some karma. You have to do it consistently. And I can promise you, when I did that, when I looked at things positively, and I told Spirit, I'm not going to wake up every day and count my negatives. I'm not going to wake up and say, oh, I woke up late. Oh, I didn't get this done. Oh, I don't have time for this. Oh, look at this problem. Oh, look what they did again. I knew this shit was going to happen. Oh, same shit, different day. That's negative. That is so negative. Look at the life you just sucked out of that relationship. The reason it sucks is because you suck. Your attitude sucks, man. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. I just got to speak from my heart, okay? I love you so much, though. I'm not trying to beat you up here. But I've been there, so certainly you've been there. That's the way I see it. So I'm not afraid to say I suck sometimes. Please don't be afraid to tell yourself, my attitude sucks sometimes. We all go through it. It's not like you're evil. My gosh. Don't get a complex now. But the truth is, your attitude does suck, or you wouldn't be looking at all the wrongs, okay? It is what it is. And you have to tell yourself in the mirror, hey, you, stop being a shitty person. Hey, Steph, hey, you, whoever you are, look in the mirror. Stop being a shitty person. Do you want to be that shitty person? Hell no. Do you want to be the one that's like this? No. And some of you may struggle because you have karma. You may be a Virgo. You may unfortunately be a Virgo, or you may unfortunately be, let's see another finger pointer, a Libra. You're a little judgy there. Hello, judgment. Judgment card, Libra. Libra's a little judgy. Virgo's a little judgy. But you know why? To be honest, they work with law and order, justice, balance. They look for the faults and try to fix them. So if you unfortunately just have that karma anyways, and you're like, I'm trying to help my personality, but damn, it's just natural. You're going to have a little bit more difficult of a time, especially if there's planets in those signs. You're going to have a little bit more harder of a time, but it's not impossible. So anyways, once I started doing that, guess what? Shit changed, guys, and I'm not shitting you. It was like freaking magic. It was magic. It didn't even take 3 weeks. It took like 2 weeks. And like magic, freaking magic, this relationship just got better. It was a family connection. I mean, I came down and I was complaining all the time about a mess. The kitchen was spotless, cleaned, like freaking Cinderella just came to my house and was like, bippity, boppity, boo. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the... What? I don't even know. I don't even have words. No fucking words. I've been bitching about this for so long. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks in, I'm thinking positive here. I'm pointing out positivities in this person and our relationship. I'm focusing on the good, not the bad. And now you give me what I've been asking for? You gotta be shitting me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. But seriously, that's what happened. Now, that wasn't love. It was a different relationship. But it was just little things like that. I started getting more smiles. Why? Because I was giving smiles. Stephanie's mad dog went away. My little mad dog, my little frowny face, probably. And when you're in a shitty space, when you guys are being, negative, you don't even realize that your face looks negative. Your aura is negative. You're on a negative plane. You're in a negative vortex. You're just spinning around like a negative Nelly, like, I just don't like life. I don't like my marriage. I don't like anything. You're just a wreck. You're a wreck of a person. But when you start focusing on the positives, right? You start focusing on the positives, your vortex changes. Your aura is more beautiful, more welcoming. All of a sudden you're smiling. You don't even know why you're smiling. You're just like, well, I guess I'm just a happy person. I really like my cup of green tea today. I'm going to smile. Like, when you're in a good mood, guys, but it's a choice. Spirit's like, I'm not going to force positivity down your throat. I'm not going to force you to look at the positives, and I'm certainly not going to force you to be grateful, and I'm not going to force you to do anything good. I'm not going to force you to do anything bad. It's up to you. I leave it up to you. Right? And so let me tell you the truth, guys. Honestly, when you guys are able when you are literally able to do that, to look at something positively, to look at this relationship with new eyes, to start talking about the positives, to start focusing on the positives every day, as hard as it is to swallow, as hard as it is to smile, as hard as it is to be nice when you feel slighted, as hard as it is to forgive when you don't feel forgiven. That's when you become a new person. That's when the phoenix rises from the ashes. And I can tell you, your relationship will be renewed, transformed, and blessed. Very blessed. Let's get a chakra oracle for you in the present situation. Oh, shit, look at that. Oh, man, excuse my French, guys, but damn, Spirit, you really came through. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming through in this reading today. The glory is to Spirit, not me. I am not the maker of this message. I am just the vessel. I am just the vessel. Spirit is connecting with you today. Do you feel that? Do you feel Spirit connecting to you through this message? Because this is a conversation with God. This is a conversation with Source, Spirit, the Creator, the oneness, the energy of which you came from. You are having a conversation through me, okay? It's not me. So give thanks for this revelation. Give thanks for this message. Give thanks for this clarity, because it's not me. It's up. So anyways, the card, wow, you got two cards. Spirit really knows how to come through. We have forgiveness and communication, my friends. Forgiveness and communication. Literally, like quite literally, this entire message. And we've been on 92 minutes. Okay? Literally the entire message in a little nutshell. So Spirit says right now, what you need to know is forgive yourself for not knowing how to do things right. Forgive your partner for not knowing how to do things right. Love each other and communicate. This is the heart chakra and this is the throat chakra. Blue and green. You guys need to heal these energies. They cannot read your mind as much as you think they should be able to by now. They cannot. And it's not right for you to expect them to. It's unjust. It's not right for you to expect them to fill your cup. That's unfair. It's not right for you to expect them to fix and heal this connection by themselves. That's not fair. We have to take responsibility. And you know, this is not just about you, my friends. Spirit wants you to pass this message to your spouse, because this is speaking directly to your spouse as well. Why? Because it's a mirror. Spirit says this is not only your message. This is the message to your person. They have to take exactly from this message what you took. They have to contribute exactly from this message that you want to contribute. Share the message with your love. Share the message with your spouse. Show them. Because it isn't just you, but it's not just them. I repeat, it's not just you, but it's not just them. You guys have to take mutual responsibility for this. That's just the truth of it. So this blue card here says self-expression, important. An equal exchange and sharing your connection with this person. You know, sometimes you guys say, oh, Steph, I try to share with this person, but they shut me down. I try to share with this person, but they don't want to hear it. No, rephrase that. Last time I tried to share with this person, they shut me down. I'm afraid that they're going to shut me down again. Catch the word. Catch it, fish for it, pull it in. Fear, afraid. You're afraid. Because of your past experience, you're afraid that they're not going to receive your communication well. This is the vortex. You're in control. You're the master of this universe. Take that word. I'm afraid they're going to do it again. I'm afraid this is what it's going to be. Or I know. A lot of us have that classic, I know what they're going to say. I know what they're going to do. Why? Well, because they've done it every time before this. Take the word before. Grab it, reel it in, deal with it, smash it. Before doesn't matter. Before does not matter. I don't care if they've been that way for 20 years. Before doesn't matter. They are not today who they were before. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Let today be anew. Let today be a birth. Let today be a new energy. Let today be a new them. Because if you keep saying this is who they are, how they are, based on this past, you are filling up a cluttery energy, a room of clutter, and you have no space and no room for the phoenix. The phoenix is born, and where does he live? He's knocking. Hi, I'm the phoenix. I'd like to come into your relationship now. Oh, wait a minute. Let me clean up. Don't come in yet. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't need to be here. You don't have room for me. Are you going to be one of those people when the phoenix comes knocking, you don't have space? Excuse me, the inn is full. Is that what's going to happen? Because the phoenix isn't going to show up if you have a room full of doubts, fears, past experiences, drama, unforgiveness, anger, bitterness, all of that shit. He's got nowhere to live. Yeah, that was then, this is now. Live in the now. Phoenix is knocking. He will not arrive and live with you until you are ready to get rid of your past in this relationship. That's just the truth. And you know it. And even if this wasn't about love, how can the new you as a soul be welcomed into your space if you're hanging on to the old you? And you know, one of the hardest things in rebirth is the people that remind you the most of who you were is your family. And 9 times out of 10, it's your spouse. They are the number one person that will remind you of who you were. And they are the number one person that has a very hard time accepting the new you. And that's the saddest part. And the truth is, if someone can't accept the new you, it can't work. But like I said, at least you should try. And if you haven't given this your all, and you haven't been willing to see the other side, and you haven't been willing to forgive and give love when you're not receiving love, and if you're not willing to give understanding when you're not receiving understanding, if you're not willing to give what you want, then you haven't done everything. That's the flat truth. If you are not willing to give what you want in this relationship because you're too tired, too old, too done, too frustrated, or you just don't give a shit, then create your storm and don't cry when it rains. Because I can guarantee you, and I promise you, you're going to return to this channel in 10 years or 20 years or whenever, and you're going to say, shit, I guess I didn't master that karmic lesson. I guess I didn't really put in what I needed to in a connection to master this. I guess I'm back because I left that situation and went to another. And I recreated the same scenario all over again in my vortex. Why? Because from square one, I came into the relationship with a cup not full. The reason it's so important for you to master this is to master yourself through this connection. That's why it's karma. The reason it's so important for you to put more energy into this right now is because you're going to know yourself better. You're going to know what you want. You're going to know what you expect. You're going to know how to communicate. You're going to know how to master yourself. You're going to know how to master your temptations of giving up, skipping out, or giving in. You're going to know how to master that temptation. You're going to know how to master your mind when it tells you bullshit thoughts, trying to create a shitty vortex. You're going to know how to tell your person in the mirror, stop being a shitty person. This matters because your soul is going to gain this. It's going to master self and it's going to master the karma through this connection. It's a mirror. That's why it's important. So I beg of you, don't give up. But if you've tried everything and it still doesn't work, by all means, take the path of least resistance. Go where energy is taking you. But if you are not in a good energy and you are not in a good vortex and you are not sowing seeds of happiness, love, and respect, you know you're doing the wrong thing. So communicate to yourself, communicate to the universe, and communicate to your partner. Key. The next thing for the now is forgiveness, and this is growth. Letting go, healing, and compassion. So that's forgiveness. Really, forgiving is just hard, but it can be done. Forgiveness isn't for the other person. You guys already know. I know. I'm just re-saying what you already know, but it is what it is. Forgiveness is freedom from that person. Freedom from that person. Forgiveness is taking your power back. So are you able to forgive? Are you able to blow away your worries? Are you really able to let go of your fear? Are you able to let go of your frustration? Are you really able? Are you able to forgive yesterday? If you can forgive yourself and you're in her peaceful, calming, green energy and you are feeling from your heart and you are really free, don't expect miracles in 24 hours. And don't be a selfish ass and say, oh, I forgive, but I'm done. Or I forgive, but I respect myself and I can't anymore. I forgive, but I'm checked out. Don't be an ass. If you're in this long-term relationship, watch it. Because that is fake forgiveness. Forgiveness is not forgiveness, but. There's no but in forgiveness. I forgive you, but. I forgive you, but. No. There's none of that. There's none of that. Period. I need conditions. I need strings. I need a promise. I need your word. I need blah, blah, blah. No, you don't need shit. You need jack shit to forgive. You need nothing to forgive. Don't ask a single thing. Do not ask of it. If you're ready to ask for things, to give your forgiveness, you're not ready. Okay? Really, truly. And I'm sorry for the words. I know sometimes I have, very reserved people watching me, and I'm sorry that I kind of get that way. I have a Mars and Gemini. Shit happens. Anyways, I hope you're able to forgive, and I hope that you're able to extend that because it's for yourself. And if you're giving conditions to yourself to experience freedom and forgiveness, then you have a very restricted life. I hope that you can forgive so the phoenix can rise inside of you and rise inside your relationship and rise inside your life. I hope that right now you can jump into a new phase and rekindle and renew and transform. Okay? So change your mind, change your life. We're going to move on to another message that Spirit wants to give you. Oh, look at Spirit just giving us all the tea. all the tea. I love this picture. I want you to take a moment and just look at this. This is a really interesting picture. There's a door behind them, like the high priestess, like the Hierophant. The door that represents another realm, a higher dimension. And then there's this front of the door, which is our reality, the physical world. And on the top of this card, you see the word karma. And look at that. I mean, you guys have been dealing with karma through this whole message. Mastering a karmic lesson, and then you got karma. So please don't tell me that if you're in a frustrating relationship right now, it's not your karma. Because, honey, it 100% is your karma. Take it. Just take it. You have to master this. Own it. Work it, baby. Work it. Work it. You're going to get through this karma. It's not the end of the world, I promise. It's a tough lesson, though. But anyways, this picture. In reality, she's attacking him. She is mad. She looks like she's in power. She's like, you did this, this, and that. You know, whatever she's upset about. And he's looking guilty. And he's just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to deal with this. How did I get here? I'm always being yelled at. I'm emasculated. He is being emasculated. She is chopping it off. She's chopping it off. She's in the upper position. She's in an authority position. She's taking on a masculine position. And she's angry. She's upset. And she just wants change. She's like, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I can't do this with you. You're always doing this. You're always doing that. I feel like I'm losing my mind. You think I'm going to put up with this? How dare you disrespect me? How dare you do this to me? How dare you even have the balls to do this to me? She's feeling very upset, very slighted. And he's just sitting here like, what did I do? What did I do? I'm clueless. You're not clueless. You've been with me 100 years. You should know what I feel, know what I need, know who I am, know what I think. But you don't. And you don't treat me the way I want to be treated. Again, we talked about the miscommunication over here. We talked about it. So this is leading to this, right? You're being led to the big fight. This is the moment. But in reality, even though this is the realistic 3D, in reality, she wants what's behind the door. In reality, her anger is not really what she's feeling. She's feeling weak, torn down, helpless, exhausted, worn out, defeated, unloved, unwanted. She's dying inside. And more than anything, she wants to be held. She wants to be loved. She wants to be told, it's okay. Calm down. I'm here, and I love you. Let me hold you. You've had a hard day. I'm going to tell you guys the $1 million golden ticket. If you ever have to deal with this and you've been divorced, this is why. This is why. You cowered and you got emasculated and your dick is gone, okay? I'm sorry. But what needed to be done was what I just said. And as scary as the female may be, male on male, I don't care, as scary as the female may be in her angry moment, she may seem like the devil herself. All she ever wanted was for you to grab her in your masculinity and tell her she's safe, and you want her and you love her and she's beautiful when she's mad. A simple touch on the face, a simple kiss, grabbing that person in your arms and squeezing. That alone, my friends, 99.9% of the time will end the argument. I repeat, 99.9% of the time, that will end the argument. Because really, at the heart of the matter, that's all she wants. But she doesn't know that she wants that. She doesn't know that she needs that. She's in her masculine energy, which means she feels independent, empowered, strong, angry. You have to bring her down to the feminine energy, which is calm, serenity, love. These are things you have to master. These are karmas. So don't be scared if this is your person freaking out on you. Watch this message and learn. Be the man or the masculine energy if you're a female, I don't care. But grab that person and wrap them up in your arms tightly. Now, you may think, well, what does that have to do with anything? Have you ever studied psychology? Do I have some psychologists here in the chat? When you hug a child or someone that's having a nervous moment or an emotional upset, their heart rate is beating very fast. Scientific fact is, when you hug someone tight, the restriction of the energy closing in on their body, the compression, slows the heart down. And that slowing down of the heart calms the situation. So I've learned this because I have an autistic son. But I had to learn that because he had a lot of moments. And getting upset and arguing, it feeds the situation and it becomes worse. But actually hugging someone, restricting them tightly is comfort. It's security. And it calms down the heart and the blood pressure. It's also a scientific fact, and you guys can look this up yourself, that when spouses or people in a relationship touch one another in an argument, it creates serotonin. And yes, oxytocin. But it creates feel-good hormones that can calm and diffuse the situation. Even in counseling, if you hold your hand out to your partner when you're having a communication, you feel connected to that person. And there is feel-good hormones that make you more understanding, sympathetic, and empathetic, and patient, and loving, and forgiving. Just the touch of your person. So when you're arguing and there's no touch, there is a disconnect. The empathy, the sympathy, the compassion, the love, the forgiveness, the understanding, it's gone. It's gone. So when there is no touch, believe me, it can escalate. And it just builds and builds and builds from there. And then resentment grows. And then if you stay gone all night without touching, the resentment grows even more and more. And the distance becomes further and further and further. And before you know it, you're sleeping in different rooms. Okay? You know that good old-fashioned saying, never go to bed when you're mad. Don't ever, if you're married, don't ever go to bed when you're mad. Settle the argument before you go to sleep. The reason that's so important is that touch factor. That resentment's only going to grow if you don't handle it right now. So I want you guys to really think about that. Think about your last arguments. Did some of this go down? Did some of this happen? Did you guys get distant from each other? What was really going on? Why did it escalate so much? So anyways, this karma card is, again, sometimes people say, but that's not, they say things, but that's not what they mean. Sometimes you may feel like someone is aggressive when really they're feeling defeated. And sometimes you may think by pulling away, that's going to solve the issue and diffuse it, when really you're lighting a more of a match. You're lighting another match. You're lighting another fuse. And I know you can't read people's minds. You don't know what your spouse wants or wants to tell you or what you're going to say. And that just makes situations even worse, even harder. But at least in this connection from this card, you can take the message that you know. Sorry, I have to sign in here. Shoot. I keep getting calls from this person. So I'm trying to do this. I'm so sorry that I have to like interrupt this right now. But this person's relentless. Okay. Sorry guys, I had to put do not disturb on my Skype because someone probably doesn't realize that I'm live, and they've called 3 or 4 times already, and they probably just don't realize that I'm on, but they're probably like, why isn't she answering? What's going on? And I just don't want it to go on and on. Anyways, so I really want you guys, this is what Spirit wants in the future, is when you guys have these arguments, because you will, it's going to come up again. Maybe the big one's going to come up again, but surely another disagreement is going to come up again. I want you guys to exercise this card and just say, you know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to give love, and I'm going to see what happens. Yep, I may have tried it a year ago. Yep, I may have tried it yesterday, you know, and it didn't work, but I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm at least going to give it 21 days. I'm at least going to try so hard to break this cycle. I'm going to do everything I can to sow seeds of what I want. I'm going to give respect when I'm not getting respect. I'm going to give love when I'm not getting love. I'm going to give romance when I'm not getting romance. I'm going to give forgiveness when I'm not getting forgiveness. I'm going to give affection when I'm not getting affection. I'm going to give an apology when I'm not getting an apology. See, standing your ground and stomping your foot and saying, I'm not moving till you come to me, is not the right energy. Because like attracts like. Remember reciprocity. Remember the vortex. Remember your manifestation. If you are in the standstill moment, stalemate, they're going to be in the same energy. And this is going to be worse and worse, and you're going to feed fuel to the fire. And I know at the end of the day, that's not what you want. At the end of the day, what she really wants is him to just hold her. And she wants to feel loved again. She wants to feel safe. And he wants to feel like a man. He wants to feel like someone who is strong, able to hold her, able to solve problems, able to achieve success in maintaining stability. Ultimately, that's what he wants. He wants to achieve success in the marriage, success at work, and success as a man. He needs that. He wants that. Don't emasculate people. Let them be this. And let them know that's what you want, so they're not afraid to give it. And men, if you're watching, and again, ladies, you know, and men, whoever, same sex, I don't care, share this message with your spouse. They need to hear this as much as you. Everything you feel I've said to you, I've said to them. Every message about the work that needs to get put in, they need to hear it. Every bit of this message is as equally to them as it is to you. It's to the both of you. So please share this, because they also need to be doing all of these things. They need to forgive. They need to communicate. They can't expect you to read their mind. You know, they have to give love and effort. They have to try. Communication's key. So yeah, share this. Where's the other card? Where'd it go? It was right there. Oh, here it is. It's by my elbow. You can't make this up. Karma. Wow, guys, how many freaking karmas do you need? Like, for real, in one reading. Karma, 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 chameleon. Man, karma's at work here. You say? You think, Spirit? Wow, okay, all right. All right, you know, you don't got to tell me 3 times. Okay, once, twice, 3 times a charm. Okay, everything happens in 3s. Yeah, karma, 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 okay? If you guys are experiencing this difficulty in this connection, know that you have created this. I'm not saying take all the responsibility, but I'm saying it's not your person's responsibility fully either. It is both, but just know you guys have created this vortex. You have a storm, and probably both of you are crying because it's raining. Your person created this in you because they didn't deposit what they wanted out of the relationship into you. They did not deposit. Your person did not do self-love, self-care, self-worth. Your person did not communicate with what they wanted from you, expected from you, and how they see you and how they feel about you. They did not express this to you. Your person may have failed to tell you how much they love you. Your person may have failed to show you through intimate expression their feelings for you. Your person may have failed in being honest and transparent. Your person may have shown up with a half cup or less and never really given you their all or what you've given them. You may feel like you've given more to this relationship than they have, that you've put more hours, more money, more time, and more sacrifices. Your person may feel like that. You may also feel like that. Both of you may feel like that. Both of you. That's why I say it's not just one of you here saying, I'm the wronged one. Both of you feel this way. Now, keep in mind, this message only applies if it's true love. If this is true love, and this reading, by the way, says long-term relationships. I'm talking years and decades. I'm not talking months. I'm not talking a sporadic fuck here and there. I'm not talking about someone you've been fucking for 2 years over the phone. I'm not talking about that. So if you're watching this video, excuse my French, but if you're not in a long-term connection and there's no commitment, this message is not for you. It cannot be for you because it's not your karma. Okay? It's not your karma, so it's not for you. You are not in a long-term connection. Okay? So just let this entire reading wash over you, and I guess just take the little gems that you could. But this reading is not for people that have not been committed. This reading is not for people who have been consistently cheated on. This message is not for people who are physically abused by an abusive partner, okay, that has never been faithful to you a day in your life, that is struggling with alcoholism or drug abuse. You know, they're married to the drug. They're married to the alcohol, to the bottle. They're married to other women because they're obsessed, you know. So this message is not for the addicts. Those people have deeper problems than relationship karma, okay? Those people have karma elsewhere. Those people have karma in, you know, worse places. They've really got some work to do with themselves. However, you people that are watching this, You guys have karma together. You guys have karma, like I said, 1st and 7th, 2nd or 8th. You guys have karma there, and that is marriage and relationships, okay? And so that's who this is really going to apply to. Now, whether you have the North Node, South Node, or Saturn, those are going to be your karmic placements, okay? And that's where this is going to consist of. You can also possibly look at Venus or your Jupiter. Jupiter for women is the father of children or the husband, the spouse that you choose to live with and grow a life with, okay? That's Jupiter for women. And you may have Jupiter in one of those placements or a very difficult house like the 12th, the 6th, or the 8th. All right? For those of you that have problems in Venus, which is love and relationships, it's going to be problems in the 1st and 7th or the 2nd and the 8th. For those of you men that have some issues there, okay? Women too, you know, but for women it's mostly Jupiter, okay? But also, like I said, Saturn, big one, and North and South Node. Those are going to be the telltale karmas, but those are what you guys can look for to see what's going on with the karma, because it's a lot going on here in a long-term relationship. So that's who this message is really going to resonate for. Let's get an oracle. Let's try to finish up this reading. Just a few more oracles. We're almost done. What does your person want to tell you? Because always keep in mind, yeah, there is karma at work here. And Spirit's like, just know that you give what you get and you get what you give. Make sure you say that back 2 times because it's different when you want to focus on what I just said. You get what you give and you give what you get. You see how that works? It's always the mirror. So your person can't complain about you and you can't complain about them because you're both in the same boat. You're both giving and receiving, and you're both creating the vortex, and you're both creating karma. No blame. Spirit's like, I'm not going to blame one person here. Adjustments need to be made. Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me. What does the masculine energy here want to say in this space? What do you want to say to your partner as a masculine? I'm hearing I have to watch what I say. So I'm going to channel things too, okay? I have to watch what I say around you. If I say something, it's going to rub you the wrong way. If I say something, you're going to criticize me on how I said it. I have to triple check what I'm going to say before I even talk. And it's exhausting because you are constantly criticizing and ripping apart what I've said, trying to find deeper meanings, hidden agendas, trying to say I didn't word it right. Maybe I said something out of anger. So I try to shut my mouth and not say a GD thing. Because if I do, it's going to rub you the wrong way. And I'm trying not to be abrasive. But I've noticed that in me not responding, it's still gotten worse. So I don't know what to do. So hear that from your masculine. Know that your masculine doesn't know what to do. Feel that energy. What situation must he or she be in to feel that hopeless, that they don't know what to do because they feel beat up verbally and mentally? That's painful and that's exhausting. You need to see it from their perspective. You need to see that's how you're making them feel. That may not be intentional, But that's what's coming across. Do you want to give that kind of energy? Do you want to receive that kind of energy? Because next, feminines, ask yourself, is that what you feel like? Do you feel like they're doing that to you? Because if you feel like they're doing that to you, it is the mirror. You're receiving what you're giving. I repeat, feminines, you are receiving what you've been giving, communication-wise, okay? Closed off, argumentative, or quiet. How are you going to receive more if that's what you're giving to the vortex of your manifestation? Let me get a drink of tea. Let's see what your masculine has to say to you. First, bottom of the deck. Nope, I'm going to wait. I'll do that last. I lied to you and I'm sorry. So your divine masculine in a very long-term relationship with you has lied to you. I feel like the lies have been, I'm not honest with you about how I feel. I don't tell you when you hurt me. I don't tell you when you bother me. I don't tell you when you make me feel insecure. I don't tell you what I really think of you. I don't tell you what I really want. I lie and I lie and I lie and I lie and I feed lies into this relationship, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have not been genuine. I'm becoming sick to my stomach from holding back so much from you. And I hold back so much from you because I don't want to piss you off. I don't want to start a fight. But I might be ill. My gut, my stomach, my kidney. There's kidney failure for people that withhold energy. Yeah. And they even have throat problems. Like there's all kinds of throat issues going on for people that do not speak their truth. Kidney and throat issues. Could even lead to cancers, even prostate cancers and all kinds of things. There's a lot of drama. So believe me, for the masculine, it's just like, I'm actually becoming sick by withholding so much. It hurts me, literally. So I lie. I lie all the time to keep things the way I think they should be to be better. So that's one confession from your masculine. Another message here is soulmate. We have a special connection, my love. We've done this before. So you guys have known each other in a past life. You guys were married in a past life, most likely, especially with karma, karma, karma. You guys have known each other before. And this person's like, look, I love you, man. Like, yeah, we piss each other off. Yes, we have drama and issues, and hell, we have karma. But I'm glad I'm working through this drama with you than someone else. I'd rather work through my issues with you than with anybody else. And there you let the tears start to come out. There they are. And cry. Let it out, because look at the synchronicities. How did you meet? How did you feel when you met? Was it a breath of fresh air? Was it a blessing then? Did it feel good? You'd known them before. They gave you peace, and you will have peace again. You guys just have some karma to work out. But your masculine knows that you're their soulmate. They love you so much, so very much. You're both working through your shitty issues. Okay? Just say it. We're both working through our shitty issues. Laugh. Get high. Drink. I don't care. Like, laugh about this shit with this person. laugh at each other and be like, God, we are some old goats, man. Or we've got some issues, man. Like, we really, you know, we have some karmic shit. Let's do it together. Let's do this. We can get through this. Hell, we've gotten through it this long. Certainly we can get through this. All right, so the next message from your masculine is, I will always forgive the mistakes you make. Aww. Oh, more tears, feminines. Your masculine doesn't care how much of a shitty person you are. They will always forgive you. Always. Always. How does that feel, feminine? He may not, or he or she may not hold you like this. The way you want to be held, you got to tell them you want this, by the way. You got to tell them you want this. They're not going to read minds. Don't you dare expect them to. They may not physically do this, but honey, this right here is this card. I will always forgive you. You can ring my ass a new one, and I'm going to forgive you, and I'm going to love you. I'm going to fucking love you, man. Every time you fuck up, I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to forgive you. I love you. You're my soulmate. Gosh, damn, this is hard. You know? That's how your soulmate feels. Like, honey, I'm going to forgive you today and tomorrow and forever. Like, I'm always going to forgive you. You know, I get tired of forgiving you. Shit, that's no lie, but I'm always going to forgive you. I love you. Now, feminine, are you willing to forgive them? Because remember, forgiveness came up. Because they're willing to forgive you. They are not open books with you. That's granted. They do not know the right words to heal and fix these things. That's a granted. That's a given. They need to hear this message just as much as you need to hear this message. Reciprocity goes both ways. We're going to get a message now from the Divine Feminine to the Masculine. But before I do that, let's do the bottom of the deck. What is the masculine's overall underall energy? Aww. I've closed down my feelings. I quit love. Your masculine is shut off. And you probably feel that coldness, feminine. You feel your masculine's coldness. They just have to shut down the emotions because they don't know how to process this. They can't. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of karma. There's a lot of past history. They feel judged. They feel criticized. They feel constricted and emasculated. So, you know, in a nutshell, they have to close down their feelings. And you probably feel a distance from them. And for the feminine, that's an emotional death. You feel this death between you and your spouse or your long-term partner. And you're just like, yeah, I can't feel you anymore. I don't feel the love. I don't feel you. I don't feel you with me. They're not with you, feminine. They're 8 of Cups. They have emotionally checked out. I think you know that because you feel that. So let's get a message from the Divine Feminine. Are you guys ready? What does the Divine Feminine want to tell the Divine Masculine? What do you want to tell the Masculine? Spirit, please guide and direct me to the Divine Feminine energy. Give me a true message from the Feminine. Number 1, I'm sexually deprived. Sexually deprived. Your voice is so sexy. So the feminine's like, first of all, masculine, your voice is what attracted me to you in the first place. Your voice was like a breath of fresh air. Your voice was smooth and sexy and comforting. I used to just yearn to hear your voice. I used to stay up all night wanting to hear your voice, falling asleep to your voice. Your voice is special for me. I want to hear you, masculine, tell me what you want me to do next. I need to feel safe. I need to feel secure. This is goosebumps because this is exactly what I said in this message. I need this. So feminine, communicate this to him or her. Please figure out the words. Communicate this. They need to hear it. You need to express it. Communication, guys. This needs to come out. How do you need to speak this? You need it. You want your person to tell you they love you. You want your person to tell you you're sexy. You want your person to reach out to you, to express to you. You want your person to tell you what you need. Not that you can't think on your own. Not that you don't have your own ideas or your own creativity, but you want your testosterone to come down. And you want your masculine to tell you what you need to do next because that makes you feel in your feminine energy, which is secure, safe, loved, freedom to express, sexually, intimately, mentally, spiritually. You need to feel safe and loved before you can express. Men and masculines, the female energy cannot give a physical response without that. They will shut down. There is none of that. And the masculine energy is very visual and very physical. You have to understand that about your yang energy. You are fire. You are air. You are logic and you are physical and you are passion. And things for you are physical. Physical touch will stimulate an emotion reaction out of you. I repeat, physical touch will stimulate an emotional reaction out of the masculine. But it is reverse for the feminines. An emotional reaction will stimulate a physical reaction for the feminine. They cannot make a move. They cannot speak the truth. They cannot touch you and feel you and be with you like that if you are not emotionally and spiritually available. And this is where we have that block, that miscommunication. So your feminine really wants you to do that for her or him, okay? Be there emotionally. Grab them and be that masculine energy. Protect them. Secure them. They need to feel the safety net so they can let loose. Right now, the feminine is tense, on guard, in masculine energy. The feminine is just, ooh, I can't do this anymore. I'm losing it. I can't breathe. I can't think. I can't be. I'm a mess. I'm a wreck. I don't know what I want. I can't be here. I can't do this. They're going to hyperventilate. Spiritually, emotionally. Why? Because they need that security. Come here. Grab, hold, secure, touch. It's okay. It's okay. I've got you. Fall if you need. Cry if you need. I will hold you. I am your rock. I am secure. I am safe. I am your protector. And the feminine just needs to release. Release all the vibrations, the chaotic energy, the hurt, the pain, the past, the insecurities, the loss. The tears need to come out. They just need to fall in a safe place. So that's what the feminine needs. The feminine needs to fall in a safe place. And right now the feminine cannot fall. She is, or he, upset, not knowing. And it's a very intense energy to be in. So see how the feminine expresses? It's so emotional. Even me delivering the message, I just felt the intensity of the divine feminine. I had tears almost coming out of my eyes. It was very intense, very emotional. That's how the feminine processes life, emotionally. So masculine, take that, understand that. The feminine's not logic and physics, okay? The feminine's emotions and feelings and thoughts. You have to calm down that vibration, and it needs physical security. You can't expect to bark at your spouse, speak to her or him, logic, rationality, and hope they get it the same way you would. Oh, well, I just spoke rational things to them. Obviously, they should get it. No, you're wrong, masculine. You're dead wrong. You did not do the act. That's what they need. You did not do the act. And like I said, don't be scared. Feminine energy can be erratic, and it is emotional. Feminines are ruled by the moon, which is in phases, in and out. It's flowy, it's watery, it's full, and it's gone, void sometimes. It's in and out, and you're going to have to deal with that. That's the yin and the yang. There is balance. But remember, I said don't be scared, because when they're barking off at you like that, they're just really intense. They need to be loved. The quick fix to a relationship, if a masculine's dealing with a difficult feminine, is give physical love. Not sex, gentlemen. Because a lot of men confuse that. Oh, I just need to give her angry love. No, 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 no. You are so dead wrong. Again, the feminine cannot open up to that kind of an energy. The feminine only opens up to a secure masculine energy that is not sexual, but is physical. Do you understand? It is a fathering energy. It is a fathering energy. That's what they need. They don't need to be, hit with a bat for home runs, okay? They need to be loved. They need that strength. That's what they need. So anyways, that is a message from the feminine to the masculine. Your voice does wonders for them, but so does your physical touch. But they need you to be calm, and they need you to tell them what needs to happen next, because they need to calm the vibration. It's too much. The next message is from your feminine. I know you think I only care about romance, or that this feminine only cares about sexual gratification or, whatever, but she doesn't. She just wants you to be there for her romantically. You don't have to have sex to come home with roses and chocolate-covered strawberries and rub her feet. When is the last time you rubbed her feet? For more than 2 seconds. When's the last time you gave a massage? When's the last time you kissed her on her neck for 20 minutes and spoke sweet nothings to her? If you've never done it, shame on you. If it's been years, shame on you. Your feminine wants that from you, not sex, but intimacy. You're missing the mark, and you're wasting time. You may also think that your feminine doesn't love you, but that's not true. She deeply cares about you, or he. The feminine just doesn't know how to share her or his emotions with words right now. Your feminine is going through so much energy that it just can't come out in words. She or he is having a very difficult time expressing what they need and what they want. They're also afraid to tell you what they need and want. They don't want to be abrasive to you either. I need you to want to rub my feet. I need you to want to kiss my neck. I need you to want to rub my hair. I need you to want me. Your avoidance, your coldness is not helping. The longer and longer your feminine feels undesired, the more you're going to push her away. Or him, for that matter, because, guys can be feminines in that energy, so please keep an open mind. The next message here from your feminine is, well, this says women, but we're going to say men, okay? But it could be women. Out of all the women / men I've dated or desired, no one compares to you at all. Okay? Your feminine wants you to know that out of everyone they've been with, no one has been what you are to them. No one has been that kind of father to their children. No one has been a partner for life. No one has been there through dark nights of the soul. No one has been there and financially been supportive. No one has been there and been emotionally supportive like you. You are the most important relationship of their life. You are the biggest part of their life. And out of every relationship ever been with them, you take the cake. You are the one. And masculine, you may not feel that way, but you are. Own it. This is what the feminine wants you to do. Own it. She chose you. Or he chose you, however it works for you. But the feminine's like, I chose you to be my life partner. I picked you out of how many? My soul came here to be with you again. You're the ones that's been chosen. And I looked up and I see 777. 77 people watching. 74 thumbs up. Thank you. So masculine, are you owning that? Do you know how many others this feminine could have chosen? Who knows? Who knows? But you were chosen in this long-term relationship. She wants you to make it special. She wants you to be everything you can be for her in this, or him, okay? But your feminine's like, I picked you, and I really want you to know that I love you, and I just pray to God we can come out of this because I'm lost. I'm just lost. I need direction, and I need security. Masculine, you need to tell your feminine, I need respect, and I need to be heard. Do not emasculate me. If you want to talk me down off a ledge, if you want to talk me down out of a situation, if you want to calm me down, do it with respect. Do it with love. See, masculine energy requires respect. We may have a feminine here that has a problem with masculine authority or masculine respect. We may have a feminine that is dealing with masculine issues because of childhood. Deal with that, feminine. Deal with that. That's karma. You got to work this out with this masculine. And masculine, you may have repression because you have some kind of feminine issue where you are emasculated constantly or cut down, not able to embrace your masculinity. You may feel shut down, unexpressive, not heard, and not strong, and not in power. Your testosterone will go from here to real small, real short, real quick. Okay? Because you're not getting what you need. You're not being fed masculine energy. You need to step up. You need to step up and speak up for yourself in love, not controlling and not rude, but in love. And you also, just like I've told everybody, for both of you, give to this relationship what you want out of this relationship. If you want respect, masculine, give respect to your feminine. If you are not giving respect to your divine feminine, don't be surprised that you're not getting respected. Are you constantly cutting down your feminine, undermining your feminine, making choices and decisions for your feminine? Downplaying your feminine? If you're disrespecting your feminine, even in an unintentional way, know that you will not receive the respect back in the relationship. It's all about reciprocity. Reciprocation. If you are not giving romance to your divine feminine, don't expect to get the romance back. You may be lacking in that department. If you don't give your downtime to your divine feminine after work or on a free day, if you don't give her or him your free time energy, do not expect your divine feminine to sacrifice her divine free time energy for you. You see, it's all that reciprocation, sowing seeds that build up this vortex of what the experience your guys are having. You get what you give. And like I said, if you guys have really truly given and given everything you can to this and it still doesn't work, then so be it. Okay? So be it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least you can say, I tried and I gave. And don't give for a short amount of time. Give for a substantial amount of time so that if it doesn't work out, even after you've been healing this and healing yourself, that you can say, I've really tried everything. I've gone inside myself. I've forgiven. I've loved. I've communicated. I've done above and beyond here. And it's not just for a day or a week or a month. You've really given it some go. And if it just doesn't, then it just doesn't. Take the path of least resistance. But if you have not truly, honestly done the work, and you have not truly, honestly healed your inner child, and you have not truly, honestly gone within and given to that person what you want, and you have not truly, honestly communicated what you need and want from him or her, don't expect for this to change. So masculine, you're closing down your feelings. You want your divine feminine to forgive you. So be forgiving of her or him. You want your divine feminine to give you love and affection. Give your divine feminine love and affection. You want your divine feminine to give you time. Give her your time. Now, there's an issue I also want to touch before we finish here, and it's the divine feminine deserves to be treated in a specific way. If you do not honor Venus, to the masculines out there, your divine feminine will not receive you well. What does Venus represent in your chart, fellas? Beauty, aesthetics, luxury, the finer foods, the finer wines, okay? Sexiness, sex, passion, romance, also cars, vehicles, houses, all these pleasures, all these big items, right? Men, masculines, even if you're feminine. If you're not honoring the Venus in your chart, if you're not aesthetically there, if you're not valuing what Venus has to offer, which is money and luxuries, if you're not into that, if you're frugal, if you're lack mentality, if you're, Mr. or Mrs. Cheap, know that your Venus is not going to receive you well. Venus is pissed the fuck off at you. She's not going to give you sex. She's not going to give you romance. She's not going to give you luxuries. She's not going to give you extra wealth. She's pissed because you're not honoring what she is. That's what Venus represents. So, little word of advice, start living a little bit more luxurious. Start making things more romantic. Start making things more, just passionate, and beautiful, and creative. Aesthetics. Treat your Venus, which is AKA your divine feminine. Treat her with respect and luxury. Give her the finer things, the fine wines, the jewels, the luxury first class. Give her the foot rubs. Give her these things. If you are loving your Venus, you guys are going to like this golden little ticket right here. If you fellas are loving your Venus and treating your divine feminine well, you get more money. Like, say what? Rewind. Rewind the video. If you honor Venus, you get more money. That's just what it is in a man's chart. It is what it is. You will make more money. You will somehow find a raise. You will somehow get promoted. You will somehow be gifted money. You will somehow, I don't know, just like out of the universe. Just Venus is like, here, green vomit all over you. Just money, 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 dollar, dollar bills, y'all. Dollar, dollar bills. Venus wants to spew that on you if you honor her. So keep that in mind. And if you guys are looking to do a candle ritual or a love spell or anything like that, Friday is a very good day to do it, to honor Venus. And if you want to stimulate friendship and romance with your spouse, if you want that, which you should, you need to light a pink candle. And Venus loves flowers. Give her this respect. Buy flowers for your person or put some flowers around your love candle and say, I give love and passion and friendship to my connection. I want love and romance and passion. I want a good connection with my Venus. I want a good connection with my lover. I honor you. Even sprinkle some gold glitter around your candle and the flowers because Venus loves gold. Yes, give me the gold, honey. Give me the gold. Give me the gold. Gemstones, all that. Just beautify it. Venus loves beauty. Do it on a Friday. Do it on a Friday. All right? Ladies, some little advice here in this love department also. Jupiter. Now, Jupiter represents your spouse or the father of your children. So you can do Venus as well. Ladies, you're welcome to do your Venus ritual on Friday and honor Venus because she does embody romance and love and your money as well, ladies. But for ladies, it's a little bit different. Your wealth is going to come from Jupiter. It's a little bit different than Venus. You will get wealth from Venus, but watch your chart because 9 times out of 10 for females, Jupiter's the one delivering the wealth. Watch. You'll see when you look at your charts. That's from what I noticed. So anyways, you're going to want to do this on a Thursday. I believe it's a Thursday. Shit. I've got my days mixed up. I wanted to say Wednesday or Thursday. Double check. You guys are going to have to Google it. I really just don't know off the top of my head. I have too much on my mind. But there's a day that you honor Jupiter. Let me look. I have to look for you. I'm sorry, guys. But Jupiter is going to be your wealth, but it's also that spouse, that husband energy. And Jupiter is going to be yellow, okay? Let me just find the day. So you're going to want to do something yellow. It's going to be about communication, and it's going to be about healing. Let me see, Jupiter days for rituals. It's Thursday. Thank you, I was right the first time. But it's good to check. I knew, I was like, it's Thursday. I was like, damn, but I don't know, it could be Wednesday. No, I knew it was Thursday. I just didn't trust myself. Okay, it's definitely Thursday. So Jupiter's gonna be yellow, okay? And it's gonna represent happiness, joy, friendship, because really that's what the feminine wants. Happiness, joy, and friendship. But Jupiter also represents wealth, okay? Prosperity, abundance, overflowing, pressed down, shaken, stirred, all that shit. So, you know, if you really want to help your relationship with your masculine, definitely do it on a Thursday. Get a yellow candle. You're going to want something green with it. I'm thinking evergreen from like pine trees, okay? Christmas trees, all that, just the evergreen. Put that around the candle because it represents strength, prosperity, and abundance. But it also just represents that it's green all year round. Like it's just abundant in vitality. So you're going to want to strengthen your masculine with that. And you're going to want to speak good things to that candle. You're going to say, you know, I want us to have a good connection. I want us to communicate well. You know, I want us to be friends. you know, before lovers, because you got to be friends before lovers. You know, I want this friendship with my masculine. I want this deep connection, and I want to be honored, and I want to be respected, and I want my spouse to be loyal, because you see, Jupiter represents fidelity and morality. So there's a lot of that there with Jupiter. So you're definitely, for women, you're going to want that. Security, strength, abundance, morality, okay, loyalty, and friendship. You're going to want that with your person. So yeah, do it on a Thursday, okay? And like I said, ladies, you can do Venus on Friday as well to stimulate romance. And if either of you, male or female, want to stimulate sex, passion and intimacy, you're going to also want to light a red candle. And this is going to be, you know, hot pink glitter, red roses, okay, around the red candle. And you're going to really want to speak passion and lust and love into that energy. You're going to be like, you know, my partner lusts after me. We are so physically hot for each other. We desire each other. We don't get enough of each other. You know, Venus, you know, I'm petitioning here that you bring romance back to my marriage, or romance back to my union. Bring romance back to this picture. And that's what you're going to want to do with a red candle on Friday. Another good time to do a ritual like that, I think is Tuesday. I think that's Mars. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure Tuesday is Mars. But if you do a Mars situation, Mars candle. I'm fairly certain it's Tuesday. Again, I don't trust myself. I'm checking. Yeah, I'm right again. But I have to check myself all the time. Mars is Tuesday, okay? I want to be sure what I'm telling people. I can't just, you know. So yeah, Mars is Tuesday. You can do a red candle on Tuesday as well. Rose petals or roses, okay? And really breathe in some life to sex, passion, and romance. It's also a good day to light a red candle for energy and to heal your sacral chakra and your root, because that's your security and your confidence, but especially sexual vibrational energy. You're going to want to do that on a Tuesday. So if you guys want to instigate romance, sex, and passion back into your life, you can do it an additional day on Tuesday. That's when Mars is going to be very helpful with that energy. Got to have that Mongolic energy, right? That sexual energy. Okay, guys. So, you know, that is my advice. That is the reading. Now, Spirit talked to you today, not me. So don't give me any thanks. Spirit came down today and really had a conversation with you guys about the meat and potatoes of this long-term relationship in tribulation, okay? You guys are going to figure this out. That is Spirit's advice. It looks like it came down to you guys have some karma to work out. It should be done, or you're going to repeat this pattern again with the next person or the next lifetime. So why not just deal with it now? You're already invested, okay? The other advice is communication is key. You have to tell people what you want, and what you know, want also has to be communicated by you doing it to them, because reciprocation. So another part of this message is you have to give what you want. You have to be who you want. If you're not doing that, you're not doing everything. Don't be shut down and say, oh, I'm shut down. They need to come to me first. I'm shut down. They need to fix this. I'm shut down. I already did this for 10 years. No, you're giving up. You're living in the past. You have to live in the now. Right now. Forget about yesterday. That's still the past. So we're done. We're going to read the oracle and we're finished with this reading. The oracle I have chosen, and I'll let you guys pick. I have Kali Oracle, and I also was very called to pull the Way of the Horse. So I'm going to let you guys pick what we should do. I almost feel like I should do both, but that's too much. And you guys have already, oh shit. I'll just do both. This one is for self-discovery. So I'm going to do the Way of the Horse for your self-discovery, and then I'm going to do the Kali Oracle for the outcome between you and this person. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Markers, for that beautiful comment. You're just the bomb. Thank you. So let's do the self one first. What do you need to know as a person? I can open this up. Good Lord. That's why I don't like nails. All right. So what do you need to know about yourself for self-discovery? Hey, Eat Me. Wow, you've been with your person since 2014. That's so awesome. You guys will get through some stuff. All right, Spirit, please guide and direct me in this message. Look at that, yin and yang. We've been talking about yin and yang all day. I love it. Didn't even expect that on the back of the card. Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me for the collective group. I really would like to know what they need to know about themselves. Help them do some self-discovery. So we have the number 29, and bottom of the deck is 30. I like the images. This image kind of reminds me of a ghost. And I feel like there's a ghost. Like you are a ghost. I don't know what that would mean. Do you feel like you're a ghost? You're invisible. You're not seen. You don't even know who you are. You're trying to figure out who you are based on who you were. And so right now you're just trying to make sense of who you are right now. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. That's kind of what makes sense to me there. Then you have number 29. And this is kind of a very curious horse. He's black. Obviously, it's that, you know, dark shadow energy. And he's a little scared. You know, he doesn't know what's quite in that ocean. The waves are coming at him. He's like, whoa, what is that? Is that a shark in there? What's coming out to get me? What's beneath these waters? What's under there? What am I really capable of? So there's definitely this shadow where it's like, are you really capable of certain things? Because there's a shadow that things have crossed your mind that you never thought would cross your mind. Dark things. And you know what they are. Spirit's like, I know what they are. I hear them too. Spirit knows everything you know. And so there's parts of you that you're a little bit shocked at yourself. And there's things that you don't really want to come out. There's things that you don't even want to see. There's healing to be done. And you haven't even really faced some of those things because they're so scary. Or are they? Are dealing with these things inside of you scary? Or do you just think they're scary? I don't know. But that's what I'm kind of getting from that card. Let's read it. Okay. So I'll just take bits and pieces out of this book because obviously I can't read you a whole chapter. But let's just see what I can get from this. This is the Black Horse of Wisdom. Knowledge that defies logic. Exploring what society suppresses or ignores. Treasures hidden in darkness. A coal-black horse dances with her shadow under the light of a midnight moon. The gift of this card is what appears to your conscious mind as darkness is not. It's just simply the unknown. A fruitful yet formidable realm of untapped possibilities. Dancing with uncertainty raises your confidence and artistry in collaborating with the greater mysteries of life. The challenge that learning to ride this energy of what can't be explained involves courage, creativity, and well-honed instincts, losing your balance even every now and then. So this is having courage into the unknown. You don't know what the future holds. You don't know what this shadow side of you holds. There's things that doesn't make logical sense. If you're watching this, things don't always make sense. And I see 66 people watching. Maybe 66 is a meaningful number for you. But there are things unexplained, and you don't have to have them logically explained. Just because you don't know the answer doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because you don't see a way doesn't mean there's not a way. Anyways, the rest of this card says, even wandering off course is part of the skill. It's all about the thrill, moving beyond what has already been gone through. So this is a message about the journey. Many people associate a black horse with evil dark knights and renegades. But this universal archetype represents something more profound than reckless defiance. From the perspective of the Mexican artistry, Zorro rode like the devil on his magnificent black steed. The masked warrior, however, was acting on behalf of repressed populations, reclaiming freedom and dignity from a corrupt and narcissistic regime. So whenever we're forced to face what the ego is so quick to reject as, oop, that's the shadow is essentially a catch-all for what we've suppressed through our social conditioning. And according to Robert A. Johnson, the author of Owning Your Own Shadow, Understanding the Dark Side of the Psyche, the ordinary mundane characteristics are the norm. Anything less than that goes into the shadow. But anything better also goes into the shadow. Some of the pure gold of the personality into this shadow is because it can find no place that great leveling process is for it. Learning to distinguish between truly destructive impulses and pure gold is what's part of this card. The call to explore the unknown and the potential out there is needed. Rest assured that you don't know the way. You will get lost. You will fall and stumble. There may be something even frightening on that path, but it's worth it. Don't stop exploring out of fear of the unknown. To those who suppress or ignore their talents, fears, passions, or feelings, or they try to harness energy without integrity, they become an impetuous and compulsive element, inflicting mood swings, bizarre cravings of people who once seemed the epitome of good sense and reason. So guys, people that have been usually calm, collected, and had a lot of sense and reason, they stop becoming that when they start repressing the energy to explore, to wander, to see what's in the unknown. Cultures with a misogynistic bent are quick to demonize the black horse. The fact that these male-dominated Islamic tribes exhibited a savage fear of dark horses would not have surprised Carl Jung. His experience with clients led him to recognize images of black horses as manifestations of long-neglected feminine wisdom, rising up from the collective unconscious, even presenting itself in the tarot as the black horse, the divine feminine, the moon, the suppression, the inner. One dream he found particularly fascinating involved a magician and a dying king. The sickly monarch wanted to be buried in one of the ancient tombs scattered throughout his kingdom and finally chose a grave of an ancestral princess. But when the womb was opened and the young virgin's remains were exposed to the light of day, her bones changed into a black horse that galloped into the desert. In this dream, the king's magician raced after the enchanted creature. After a journey of many days and endless trials, he crossed the desert and came to the grasslands on the other side. There he discovered the rarest treasures. The mare had led him to the lost keys of paradise. In Jung's estimation, the dream of the ailing king held significance far beyond his personal needs of his clients. It was richly symbolic, and it was about a myth that emerged and fully formed from the archetypal realm, simultaneously predicting the death of purely masculine forms of leadership and pointing to the resurrection of a long-buried feminine principle capable of moving future generations towards more balanced existence. As Jung himself wrote, enlightenment is no matter of imagining figures of light, but a making of darkness and consciousness. Much of this work involves digging through vast graveyards of wisdom forced underground or left for dead. The feared wisdom of the unknown. The black horse rises from the remains as the ancestral virgin, pure, whose innate intelligence never matured under the patriarchal learnings of civilization. Sorry for Sumo like snoring constantly. So I'm going to skip a lot of this, and I'm going to read this last part here. To refuse the dark side of one's nature is to store up or accumulate darkness, which creates a lot of karma. This is later expressed as a black mood, a psychomatic illness, or unconsciously inspired accidents. Sumo. Those who grew up with rigid styles of riding, for instance, may find that a serious fall from one horse, unresponsive to conventional training techniques, plunges them into a particularly troublesome yet necessary dark night of the soul. This black horse is your wisdom, and it is showing you that you may very well be in the dark night of the soul. You're gaining skills, raising a family, disciplining oneself in 100 different ways. The second half of life is devoted to restoring wholeness, making holy the life. One might complain that this is a senseless round trip, except the wholeness at the end, which is the consciousness, while it was the unconscious at the beginning. So see, when you first begin life, you're raising yourself and you have no idea what marriage and family's like. That's the unconscious. You explore the unknown world. You get used to having a long life with this person, raising a family, building a marriage, building a life. And then a new chapter follows and something changes. And you realize that you're in a second part of your life. And that's the unconscious. Ultimately and ironically, when the black horse comes into your reading and pays you a visit, it's time to claim the majesty and the mystery of that, what it means to be fully human. The related wisdom to this is reflection, intuition, a message from Cryon, the wounded healer, keeper of the mysteries, projection, and non-rational perception. So that is the message to you and your lover, because remember, this message should be for both of you. Non-rational perception needs to be here. Do not be scared of the shadow and the unknown. You guys are charting uncharted territory, which is, I'm scared. I don't know if we can make it through this, can we? Yes, you can. But the uncharted territory is yourself. The uncharted territory is you finding strength in a dark place, in a dark night of the soul. The uncharted territory is reflection, because your spouse is mirroring the absence of that which you have in yourself. And you're receiving it. You're receiving a very heavy dose. You need to start changing from the inside and transforming like the phoenix. You must die in these ashes and let the past go and be reborn. So you need to dive into this dark, unknown energy and come out anew. And don't be afraid of it. And for those of you that are only logical thinkers, rational thinkers, in order to help heal your relationship, the message about yourself is you need to be a little bit less rational. You need to be more spiritual. You need to go in your heart. You need to go in your unconscious and start reflecting. There's some deep, dark healing that needs to be dealt with here. And it does affect your connection. It's all karma. All right, so that is your message for the self. Now we're going to get a message for what Spirit wants to say about your connection. Okay, Spirit, this is the last message. Please deliver to the collective your final words on this reading. Spirit, what is your final words for those watching about this relationship in troubled waters? What do you want to say about this? Bottom of the deck is Gunachankita. Interesting. I have no clue what that is. But it's like a gong, and it's a blood red moon, so it's like the shedding. It's the shedding. You guys are shedding some of this dark energy. Then you have the number 10, Kundalini and this Shakti energy. Love it. Love the picture, and it's perfect because we are dealing with relationships today. Long-term relationships. All right, let's see what this has to say, Spirit. Okay. Here is Kundalini Shakti, and hers is the arising consciousness that evokes instability within, clearing the inner pathway for a higher consciousness to manifest. Inner disturbance and instability wrought by Kundalini Shakti is an obscuring grace. Internal disorder is a necessary step towards divine reorganization. So you are going through the dark night of the soul, and you are doing some very deep work, divinely reorganizing your energy from the inside. Reassure your heart that no matter what may appear to be, at a spiritual level, all is well. Remember, it doesn't matter what's physical. At a spiritual level, all is well. Outworn energy is being processed because you guys have a lot of outworn, outdated beliefs, outdated energy, period. It's got to be processed and it's got to be released. And then it says it also needs to be broken apart. And wow, just like the phoenix, it says, from the ashes of your inner fire, you shall emerge anew. Both of you, because this is about your relationship. Let what needs to happen, happen. Let the darkness bubble to the surface. Let yourself dive into the subconscious, go into the darkness, live in this dark night of the soul, disturb, ruffle feathers, dig up dirt. It needs to be dealt with. And what comes to my mind is a cup of water with some sediment at the bottom of the cup. The water looks clear, and your relationship may look clear to all appearances. But there's sediment down there. There's some shit down there that needs to be dealt with, okay? And you guys are going to now get a nice big long teaspoon and stir that shit up. You're going to stir it. It's going to be all up in the water now. And now the clear water that was once there is dirtied. Because this is the dark night of the soul. Your relationship is, things are getting stirred up. So we can filter the sediment out and purify the water and purify the relationship. So you guys have to get this out, purging, right? So a purification, and by the way, didn't I say 7 earlier? I saw 777. This page number is 77. So there's a lot of synchronicities there. Okay. Let me find my place. It clears the chakras, purifying the body, mind, and soul, preparing the body for a more readily experience to receive spiritual energy. Weaving through the subtle energy of the body, releasing from the base of the spine towards the crown of the head, seeking release at the top of the head. So how you guys are going to purify your energy, because the Kundalini is your chakras, but the Kundalini is energy encircling the chakras. Kind of like the DNA on that medical image with the wings and the spirals going up, that's the Kundalini energy. It's masculine and feminine together, and it spirals around your chakras, and it rises up like a vortex, like a tornado, like an energy source. So it pulls the energy from the base to the crown. And so some of the things that you're going to start working with in your relationship is going to start like this: family, money, home, security, That's number one. That's the root. Okay? Then it's going to go to the sacral. This is your process of the sediment that's going to get stirred up in your relationship. The sacral is sex, romance, passion, creativity, and desire. Then it's going to go to the third chakra, energy, vitality, health, beauty, confidence, your purpose in life, okay? 10th house stuff, all right? Then it's going to go to the heart. It's going to rise, and it's going to be dealing with the emotions, the love, the family, the security of the emotions. How safe are you to express your feelings? So a lot of emotions and feelings are going to get brought up. Feelings of sensitivity and insecurities and, just feelings that make you cry, things that hurt and things that feel good. Good memories too. So memories and emotions are going to get brought up. This is part of what's going to be stirred up. Then you're going to move into truth. You're going to move into expression, speaking, okay? Communicating and being authentic to yourself and realizing truth. That's the throat chakra. Then you're going to rise a level more and you're going to go to the third eye, and it's going to talk about your perception spiritually, and it's going to be about you reflecting on the inner, looking at your spirituality, your belief systems, how you see things to be, and what you believe in, and using your intuition, using your instincts, being guided by signs and synchronicities in spirit. So you're going to go through that energy. And last, the crown, the awakening, the door. And it's what you accept or don't accept. It's the finish. It's the finish line. And it's going to be the decision, because the crown is all-knowing. Think of that as the tower. When you get the tower card, the crown comes down. There's been a change in beliefs. Something's come down. All this system that I just described, the kundalini from the root to the crown, when you have a tower moment, all of it goes down because none of that matters anymore. You're starting fresh. But in this case, we're building up to the tower. And at the end, when it reaches the crown, you're going to make a decision. And you're going to either accept what is, you're going to change what is, or you're going to seek anew. But it's all going to be up to the crown after your kundalini has processed all these chakras. So anyways, that's what this is talking about. So a purification of your chakras, the kundalini, is happening. And it is rarely an enjoyable experience. There's a lot of pain that happens when your kundalini is awakened. Lower back pain for sure, cravings, sleeplessness, frustration, confusion. There's a lot of energy that goes kind of haywire. Even sexual energy can get arisen with the kundalini. So it's rarely an enjoyable experience. An energy shift is what's happening, and you are cleansing emotionally, or you will be. We may have physical symptoms of discomfort and dramatically fluctuating moods at this time. Our process may be confused and our perception not as astute as otherwise. Like sediment being sifted from the bottom of a water glass. Wow, I just said that. I had no idea it was going to say that in this card. Like sediment being sifted from the bottom of a water glass, that which was clear becomes temporarily muddied. And as the sediment is removed, the water settles again, but with more clarity. So that's exactly what I was saying. And there's the number 66. Maybe that's a sign. That's what I was just saying. I had no idea it was going to say that in this book. But yeah, so you're going to temporarily stir shit up, but it will be clear once it's been dealt with. So expect some confusion, guys. Spirit's like, your relationship is in the dark night of the soul. Your relationship is being muddied up right now. But it will make more sense, and this will clear, and everything will be better. You're purifying your connection. Why? Because you've aged, you've grown, you've changed. When the Kundalini Shakti arises, energies are beginning to move in new ways. This oracle indicates that there is something within you that has been dormant, perhaps for a long time, even lifetimes, and it's awakening. The snake is arising. This message could relate to an aspect of your being, even a past life. Now, I like they say the serpent because that is Rahu and Ketu. So again, your karmas are coming alive. Rahu and Ketu, north and south node, the snake, the demon snake. So yeah, your karmas are being activated right now, and it's not going to feel good with them awakening and rising through you, okay? You're going to feel them going through and destroying, because Ketu is the destroyer. He is the ravenous destroyer. He takes from you. And Rahu confuses you but grabs things, just all kinds of things, and never feels satisfied. He just wants and wants and wants, and it's just endless. So it's a hunger that can't be satisfied. So you're going to be going through this feeling of confusion, but it's to make you stronger and create balance. Ultimately, you're going to grab both tails, both ends of the snake, and you're going to be able to manage this. The oracle of the Kundalini Shakti indicates creativity and healing on every level. It also indicates a time when matters of relationship are significant for your soul's growth. Tuning into the masculine and the feminine energies in your soul will help you balance, leading you to receiving, directing, and allowing pursuit and presence, both in your outer worldly life and your inner spiritual life. Wow. Trust your heart and don't be hesitant to lean into unfamiliar territory with boldness tempered by patience. You will be capable of many things and on many levels that you were not capable of accomplishing previously. A new way is signified with this card. So you guys are making a new way, all right? If you're able to get through this and deal with your karmas, they said it's essential to your soul growth. That's why I'm kind of nudging you to fix this, but by no means are you forced. You can go down any path you want. This is a path recommended by Spirit. The path of healing. The path of the phoenix rising. Transformation. That's the path recommended. You don't have to take it. Your person doesn't have to take it. I hope you share this message with your person. And if anything at all, I hope you just take this message and it do something for you. But if you guys want to heal your masculine and feminine energy while doing this Kundalini work, I recommend a Shiva Lingam stone. And they look like this. And they come from the rivers of India. Or a specific river. I don't remember the specific river, but it's there. This would represent the masculine and the feminine, both. Okay? And so if you can meditate, and they have smaller stones, they don't all have to be this big. There's some that are somewhat smaller. Let me show you a smaller one. And you don't have to go get a big one. The big ones are a little bit more expensive. But there are small ones. Move some on. Back. Back. You guys can also have one of these. Okay? But these are the Shiva Lingam stones. And they do help ground the masculine and feminine energy. So I do recommend you guys have one of these and really meditate and work with it. Okay? Because this is going to help you at a time to be grounded while this is all happening in your connection. So if you are in this kind of a connection, I recommend these stones to meditate with and to ground with, and hopefully help you through this energy. It will definitely ground you and make you feel more balanced. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Remember, this message is just part of the journey. It's not a destination, so just keep swimming. I think you guys are doing well. I'm sure you're going to get through this just the way you need to. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And please, if you're interested to support my channel, I have a extended membership. It is $33.33 a month. It's a loving way to donate your time and energy to watch these videos. They're all private extendeds for the members only. And you guys can watch different kinds of extendeds and also private just videos just for subscribers. but it's a good way to invest into yourself, more healing, more different messages, and also give back to the channel. I just want to give a big shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you so much, because without you, I wouldn't be here. Thank you so much. And an even bigger shout out to my website subscribers for the extendeds. Thank you so much, because without your help and your contribution and your belief in this channel, this message, and in me, I probably couldn't keep the channel alive. So thank you so much in being a part of this message and a part of our family. And just thank you so much for your support and the love that you send me. I appreciate it on so many different levels I can't even express, but just know my deepest gratitude is here, and I just send you love and light and a big thank you and a big spiritual hug for subscribing to me. It's much appreciated. For my little channel growing as much as it is, I really need it, and thank you. Thank you so much. For everyone else that's interested in anything I have to offer, please go to jks1111.com. See what's available. My readings are a little bit spread out right now, but they're there. So I'm usually pre-booked like 6 weeks ahead of time. You're lucky if you find one before 6 weeks. I'm still catching up from August. So, you know, expect your reading to be a little late, but that's already in the notice. But if you want to schedule a reading and just have it for later and just kind of push it out, that's available. Also, keep an eye out on my channel, because I will be doing some Christmas specials, and I may even do a November special. So I don't know, we'll see what's going on, but I always make things reasonable and affordable for all of you guys to get some good readings from me, okay? So keep an eye out. Please be sure you hit the bell little notification so you know when I'm live. That would be great, just because, you know, I come live every day, usually once, but sometimes 2 or 3. So it's good to have the notifications so you don't miss it. And that's pretty much it. I love you all so much. I'm starving. I'm going to go. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching, and my heart is with you. Remember, like I always say, and I'll say it again, this life, this love is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming. Have a wonderful one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.